Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second part of this thing that I have yet to name. The cop or police one. So, last time, well, it's been relatively recent, so we can pretty much remember what happened. Most of us, anyway. Um, except one of us is new, and he's just coming on the scene, so I'll just give a little quick rundown. The group was petitioned by the king, or the two people who were involved at the time, were petitioned by the king, who is not very stable at the moment. He is known for being erratic, and he used to be a very good king, and now he's just gone virtually insane.
Insane-ish.
And yeah, and he's petitioned this particular group from Precinct 13 of this fairly large city, to attempt to solve a crime for him, and he walks out, without even describing the crime or what happened or anything. He just walked out of the room. And the oh, he's just messaging me about yeah, that's fine. He was just messaging me about his character. That's fine. And they investigated the tavern that he went to, that his carriage went to, and they didn't find out very much useful at the tavern. So then they went to his estate, and they spoke to him for a while. He told them about his missing scepter, that it's basically a symbol. Whoever it's passed to becomes king after the king who is currently ruling dies, and it has been stolen. And technically, by law, if that person still has it when he dies, then they become king. And he doesn't remember what happened. Suddenly, he just woke up out in the middle of the woods and returned to town. So, excuse me, wow. He got them started on a path, told them of a man called Lagos, I think.
Yep.
And said that he was a guy visiting from another country who was supposedly the ruler of a place that they didn't know had anybody living there. And he decided to meet with this person. And as soon as he met with this person, he doesn't remember anything after that until he awoke in the middle of the woods. So the group went to investigate him, and they found out that he was supposedly in his room. However, they didn't see him. They saw a woman who was staying in the room. However, he was no longer there. And they found some evidence of perhaps some foul play happening in the room. Something weird happening that they couldn't immediately identify. They have their own assumptions as to what happened. However, they did find a book that, when read, causes you to lose control of your body, basically. And One of them purposely showed the other one, and after he knew what would happen, and he got mind controlled as well, and a bunch of shenanigans happened with that. And then they decided to investigate the root of just seeing if there's any laws in particular that could disqualify this other ruler if he were to attempt to claim kingship and whatnot, but they didn't really find anything useful other than if he's dead before the current king dies, then it's null and void. But then more shenanigans happened in the archive, and one of the people, the paladin, was stuck in the middle of the archive copying books for the rest of the day, while the other one, I don't know specifically what he did, but we had to go before that. So
basically bug me.
Now, wherever they were when they went to sleep, they awaken, and they are awoken by a messenger, each of them individually, who is telling them to go back to the precinct. And that was where we left off.
A good thing I read the precinct, because I never left home because I wanted to finish books and I just fell asleep on the book.
You're not at the precinct, you're at the archive, which is a different
archive. Yeah.
I was probably at the precinct, passing out drunk on my desk.
Alright, well, if you are already there, you are awoken, and they tell you to go to the interrogation room.
Ooh.
You have no idea what just happened because you were passed out.
I asked the dude if I have to bring my torture kit.
It doesn't seem like that's the case, that you need that. Damn. However, I assume that you're going to wait for your partner, but you don't have to. If you want to just jump in before he gets there, then you can.
I think my character would have just jumped in because he doesn't give a fuck about him.
Okay. Well, then, that leaves us not much time before Ben's character shows up. So, you head towards the interrogation room.
Ew, he does stuff.
Well, we can switch to him for a minute if you need a minute.
I'm great at stretching time.
Okay, we'll switch to him for a minute. You're at the archive, and yeah, you fell asleep on one of the books. A messenger approaches you and tells you to head back to the precinct. There was an important development, and they need you there.
Is there drool on the book?
He just leaves the room after telling you.
Yeah, you're not there. You don't know that. Sit up, look around it. Are one of the archives there?
Yes. Apparently they moved the book out from under your head, which you fell asleep on, and they gave you a pillow. And he just sort of walks over and says, Just go. You're needed elsewhere. Go.
Okay.
Your obligations later.
Yeah, no, you keep records.
Yes, we do.
And head to the precinct, just taking my doozy old time, just looking around for any rebel rousing that might happen. And trying to prevent the rebel rousing by making it worse.
Alright, so you can make a perception check. See if you notice anything on the way there.
Perception. With my brilliant +0. That's a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you notice a few things. Nothing that isn't currently being handled by other people. But you do notice some things. Like, you notice two people trying to punch each other with a guard in between them, trying to hold them apart. And then they just, after he thinks that they're calmed down enough, he backs up, and then they just start going at each other again, and he has to get in between them again. One of those hilarious situations. And you notice that he backs off 2 or 3 times, and they go back at each other again each time.
I just go towards the tree and grab the two by the scruff of the neck.
Okay, you can interact with this if you want. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just grab the two by the scruff of the neck and lift them and go like, do we need to lock you up in 2 different jails to keep you from beating each other up?
The shorter of the two, they're both human, goes, well, he started it, and the other guy's like, no, he started it. And the other guard goes, see what I have to deal with.
Tell me about it. Well, I can easily solve it by locking you both up, then you both have to deal with it.
And the guy sees that you have them currently restrained, and he just goes up behind them and starts putting cuffs on both of them. And they're just randomly rambling and arguing about, one guy apparently looked at his wife the wrong way, and the other guy is blaming him for him losing his job, and it's just a mess.
You got it from here once they're cuffed. Do I even need to be worried that they might start biting each other or something once I drop them?
No, they seem calm after the handcuffs come out.
Yeah, I just drop them on their butts, not letting them stand, just expecting them to start kicking one another if they can't use their heads.
No, they don't. He just drags them. The guard just drags them along the ground towards the nearest guard station.
Yeah, so any other things that might be going on with that 14?
You notice, like, another guy is just got handcuffs on somebody, and he's trying to take him over to a carriage. But the guy is sort of resisting a little bit. Other than that, you don't really notice anything important.
So yeah, is he like putting his legs on the frame of the door so that he can't be put in?
Yeah, that sort of situation.
So I put the back of my battle axe, so you have the stick where the battle axe is on, and then the back of it, so I put the back of it, not the sharp edge, on so I can go like, I can deal with these two very fast and very quick.
Alright, roll an intimidation on this guy. He's not as pliable as the other two.
An 18.
Yeah, he goes, I remember you. And he sort of just puts his legs on the ground and he goes, you're the guy who chased that guy down the street with your axe.
Yeah, so you know what happened to him, don't you?
Yeah, they're still washing the bloodstains out of the street from that.
And don't want to ever repeat with a certain person that's trying to resist arrest.
He goes, right, sir. And the guy just pushes him in the carriage and closes the door and locks it. And he just goes, thank you. I appreciate it. Might have been here for another 2 hours. Just trying to get him in.
Reputations help. Especially mine.
Well, good day, sir. As he climbs up on top of the carriage to start taking him away.
Yeah, if there's nothing else, just head to the precinct.
All right.
Unless Ben needs more time.
Do you need more fluff?
You're muted, pal.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay, you're fine. All right. So, so while you are dealing with rowdy customers in the middle of the street as you're attempting to get back, Abraxas, you walk to the interrogation room, and as you open the door, you see one of the very few bounty hunters is standing in the interrogation room, which, for Ben's sake, the room that you're in is most of the furniture is at least partially damaged, if not destroyed. And you don't even have a place to sit your prisoner down in. However, this haggard-looking, kind of shifty-looking even tiefling walks into the room. He's got like a red tinted studded leather and a black cape and hood. And he's got like black tiefling skin with burning coal red eyes, and he just sort of walks into the room, and he looks at you and at the prisoner. The person that you see in this room, Abraxas, is a very tall, perhaps half-giant person. He has very pale skin, fancy clothing. His hair is like platinum blonde with arcs of electricity going through his hair periodically. And he's just sort of he's just actually, I think, based on how your character acts, he's just sort of standing in the room without restraints.
Yep.
So Benjamin is the bounty hunter?
Yes,
Or the
and
prisoner.
he can describe himself if he wishes.
Okay, so you see a tall, humanoid-looking person, except where his skin is, some parts missing. You can pretty much just see through parts of his arm, as there's a gentle breeze surrounding him. So he's an air genasi, like half elemental.
All right.
You always
Any
make the most
special
interesting
features
cases.
on this guy that he would notice?
He's the only special features we would notice would be the Taliban he's wearing on his head.
All right.
That's constantly blowing, like the back part of it. There's a little spot
Yeah, like the little piece of wrapping is just sort of flowing.
constantly
gently.
blowing. Yeah.
All right. So you walk in the room, you see this guy. He's one of the few bounty hunters who actually chose to stay in the city to help out. Because it's pretty lucrative, because there's not many bounty hunters left. So he has the half-giant prisoner just sort of standing there. He doesn't seem to be reacting.
So were you the one they sent to pay me?
Are you tech support?
Tech support? I'm afraid not. But I am looking for my reward.
Who have you captured? What's the guy's name? What did he do?
Well, apparently he was gonna assassinate the king. He had a huge bounty. I don't know if let me check if the name was there. I don't remember. I don't think you sent me the name. Lacos, you did? Okay, yeah, sure. So I'll say, well, this is Lacos, the half giant.
Yeah, he's like barely fitting in the room, and he sort of has to hunch over in order to stand in the room properly.
Case closed. Throw him in the dungeon. We're fine.
I just nod to that, and I'll say, so it's for your own good. You should just stay here a while.
He goes,
To the giant.
The giant turns to you and goes, "Yes, sir." And he just walks out of the room and goes towards where the cells are.
Just tap him on the shoulder as he leaves and let him go.
Can you make him tell anything you want to?
Well, I am not a mind reader, although I have dabbled a bit in it. I'm more of a mind alterer.
Yeah, but can you alter his mind to tell us where certain things are?
Well, if you would know, then yeah.
Yeah.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Ask him where the royal butt plug is.
Yes, he said royal butt plug.
Yes. I'm afraid you'll have to question him on that on your own.
Is he inside a cell yet?
Yeah, he just walked inside of a cell willingly, and then a guard just sort of walks by and notices that someone's sitting in a cell, that the door is open, and he just closes the door.
I walk over to the cell and I'm asking where you put the king's scepter.
He looks up and he's actually looking for the heir Genasi, looking for orders. So he's just sort of craning his head around you to see if the heir Genasi is nearby.
I start banging on the... Hey, I'm talking to you. I'm banging on the rails.
Alright, do you order him to listen to this guy and answer his questions?
At the moment, I'm just waiting for my pay, unless it makes too much noise.
Okay. You just stand there in the interrogation room. However, the half giant is not listening to you at the moment.
How much did you fry this guy's brain?
I didn't fry anything. I'm not a particularly fan of fire magic, you see.
But he's not doing anything, he's just looking around.
Well, what is it you were looking for then? I hope you have something better this time.
What?
He said, well, what is it you're looking for then? I hope you have something better this time. Because last time you said royal butt plug.
Yeah, but it looks like a butt plug, but it's the royal scepter. The king scepter or whatever.
If you just said that at the start, we'll find out if he knows. And I'll start moving towards him.
Alright, he's looking directly at you, following your movements exactly.
Okay, and let me see what this thing does. See, I want to hypnotize him, and I want him to tell us where the royal scepter is, if he knows.
Okay. So this is your spell.
It's a ability. It's basically a charm from my enchantment archetype.
Ah, yes. Okay. So I'll say that the effect is still happening. And so you just have to use your...
Oh yeah, this pretty much just stuns him and makes him screwed. Maybe it's not the best idea. I'll use a spell slot instead.
Okay.
I'll suggest that he'll tell us everything he knows about the royal scepter and where it might be.
Okay, and since he's under your effect for now, I'll just say that it works. He doesn't get a chance to roll against it for now. And he goes, I do not know the answer to this.
Well, unfortunately, he's not the one who has the scepter, or he would have told us.
Maybe a little torture will get him singing.
Torture is so unnecessary.
Yeah, but it's good fun.
Alright, anything else you want to ask him?
Look at what is your character's name again, Ben?
Imperos.
Imperos. I look at Imperos and ask him if he can ask the dude about anything when he was meeting our king.
About anything?
Yeah. What happened? Where? When? Why?
Did you meet the king, and what happened in that encounter?
I was supposed to meet the king. I I don't remember.
So either somebody fried his memory, as you said earlier, or he never met the king.
Well, he did meet the king because the king said he met him, and then he doesn't remember anything else. Who was with you that day?
You speaking to him?
Well, I'm asking through.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say that it goes through him. But yes, I was asking if you were asking the giant. And he goes, I met with a lady, and I was in my room. I was about to leave my room, and I was going to meet the king, and then I woke up in an alley with this man. And he motions to the air genasi.
Yeah, it's true. I did find him in an alley.
This is leading to a whole bunch of nothing.
And as you say that, what's his name?
Ravogar.
Yeah, you walk into the precinct and you see that the person you were looking for, I'll say that while that was happening, you were speaking to somebody, and they said that the person that you were looking for is currently in custody. And you walk over to the jail cells, and you see him standing, this half giant who is about 8 feet tall, 8 or 9 feet tall, maybe even 10 feet. And he's just sort of standing hunched over in the cell, currently fixated on this bounty hunter that you are familiar with that uses mind tricks to apprehend criminals.
So, what did you get out of him yet? Did he spill the beans on where the scepter is?
We have gotten a whole lot of nothing. It's just as the king. He doesn't remember anything.
Wait. What does he remember?
Nothing.
He doesn't
must remember.
remember this encounter. However, I still managed to capture him alive, so I should
So
be
you're
looking for my reward.
telling me that when our king met him, he wasn't himself.
He never met the king, he says.
Okay, that's not good. Wait a minute. What did he tell you guys?
He was probably
What did he
already
tell?
under
What?
mind control meeting the king, since the king says that he met him, and he doesn't remember meeting the king.
Yeah, so he might be under mind control. Any information he gave to, anything he told when he was in his room?
He does remember the lady.
Okay, new suspect number 1.
A hooker?
You don't know. I mean, you're supposed to be a cop.
The only reason I'm a cop is that I'm not allowed behind the bar.
So yes, you should think of just if it's not suspect 1, it's suspect number 2. Currently, the hooker once again.
What does suspect mean?
So I look at the edge and I ask him, did you make him dumber?
I'm afraid he's been this way ever since I came here.
Okay, good to know. Do I smell the reeking amount of alcohol on him?
Probably.
He always smells like that, so you can't tell if it's more or less than any other time.
But yeah, I just snapped my hand towards him, and he no longer reeks of alcohol.
All right,
Ooh.
so you used prestidigitation, I assume?
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
am now
I'll make his alcohol disappear. That would be a major help as well.
Unfortunately, That spell does not do that.
Thank God.
Bugger.
It just makes the smell go away.
It was more for my own part.
Well, that's more where that came from. I start smiling and start drinking my dragon piss. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
dragon-
get a
Okay,
nice
how
hot
are you
drink.
standing? How are you standing? Tell me how you're standing. Are you like holding the bottle to your lips while just holding it up in there like this?
I'm holding it up in the air like that while I'm walking away from you because I'm gonna go get
Hold
it.
person!
What?
He's casting hold person on you.
Just to fish you up. You need to make a wisdom save of 15.
15?
15.
Gotcha, boy.
Damn it!
But
Nothing happened.
I'll say that you do notice that he casts a spell on you, and you feel like you're about to freeze up. However, you shrug off the effect.
Bugger.
So you do know that he did something to you to try to freeze you in place.
I start walking backwards, giving him the finger while I'm drinking.
All right.
Well, no, my head just goes to a sort like, I can't kill you just yet.
All right. So, your boss walks in the room. Not the bounty hunter's boss, but your other two boss.
Yeah.
Nice woman. Walks into the
Not
room.
nice at all.
Well, she's nice, but you're just not nice to her. So.
As she comes in, I'll say, I'm still waiting for my reward for
She
capturing
goes-
the half-giant.
She goes, I was just about to give you your reward. Do you still
Good.
want it?
I do.
Okay, just
Are you
wait
sure?
one moment. And she walks over to, I'm never gonna get his name.
I mumbled to myself, he really
Bravo,
have lowered
God.
the standards here lately.
Yeah, it's true. They have been very slow on everything lately due to the fact that the bounty hunters have left.
Most of them.
Yeah. You're one of like 4 who have remained.
Oh, 1 of 4. Wow.
Yeah. Ravogar,
Yeah.
he walks up to you and looks into the cell and sees that he is in the cell, and she goes back to the interrogation room and just places her hand next to the door to reactivate the anti-magic field in the room. She knew that you were going in there, so she had earlier deactivated it, so that way you could keep him under control while in that room. And she reactivates it since he's not in there. And she goes, so, did you get any information from him?
Yeah, that he might be innocent.
And she looks at Imperos and says, did you ask him about the scepter?
They apparently did, and they told me that he didn't know.
She goes, ask him again.
Well, sure. Do you have any idea where the scepter is?
He goes, I don't even know what scepter you are referring to.
He wouldn't be able to lie, so I believe him.
She goes, ask him if he has any memory of this. And she pulls out the book that you guys found earlier that was specifically connected to him.
Does she open it?
No,
Damn it.
she just holds it. Ask
you
him
have
if he
any-
knows about this.
Do you have any memory of that book?
He goes,
But
looks
who
at
gave it to you?
he looks at it closely and he goes, not that book, but similar books. I've made them in the past. And she says, ask him if he's aware of the magical powers that this thing contains. Because if he is, and she's saying this really quietly so only you two can hear. Because if he is aware, then he is violating the law by even having this power.
That's very true, but there is just a slight problem.
Yes?
As long we don't know it, he's allowed to have it, but the problem is he doesn't even remember meeting the king.
Yes. I'm assuming as much.
Alright, I just tell him to answer the nice lady.
Okay. He goes, I make books. It is my profession.
Okay, that's even a bigger thing, so if he just makes the books... Question, does he enchant the books by any chance?
And I'll say that you ask for him. And he goes, magic is not my forte.
Ask him if he has like a seller's log. If he sells them, he has to have a bookkeeping.
Well, why would he sell the book to himself? And who knows who
Because
might
he
have bought
sold the
it?
book and the guy who enchanted it used it on him.
Enchantments usually take time to actually have effect on items, so yeah. He's
Well,
still an innocent. He's just a peon into a bigger game.
Yeah, but if he made the book and he has sales logs, we can maybe figure out who he sold the book to that might enchanted it and then used it on him and the king.
But still, that please him free, so meaning he shouldn't be in that cell at all.
maybe this will quell some of the argument. I'll just say that he gets asked this question, and he goes, that is mine. I didn't sell it.
So, even worse, someone broke into his house, enchanted the book, and puppeted him. So possible suspects are still the hooker, as you say it, and someone we don't know at all about.
What about the dude in the guy he was renting the room of? He said he was still in the room. He didn't mention anything about anybody coming up to the room or him leaving the room. But he obviously left the room.
Perhaps puppeted, because he doesn't remember anything like he said before.
Your boss goes, do we have any other leads that haven't been investigated?
No leads. Well, there is the map to the forest.
She
Yeah,
looks.
that's the other thing.
She looks over to Abraxas, who is just sort of was listening in, and then he peeked his head in when something of his interest appeared, and came into the conversation. And she just sort of glares at him and says, "Well, then why haven't you done that already?
I was
What have
following
you been
him.
doing all day yesterday?"
Following him.
Well, trying to
Literally, I was
find.
just following him.
Well, I was for. Well,
You guys left
Get-
to the archives and never returned.
basically he got me in trouble.
I've been here all night.
Yes,
She goes, I
drinking.
can confirm that he did return after the archives, but you did not.
Like I said, he got me in trouble.
You got yourself into trouble.
She goes, either way, investigate this new lead. And she walks over to the Air Genasi and gives him a sack of gold. It contains 200 gold pieces, which is quite a bit for a single bounty. And she goes, there's another bag in the back for you if you help these incompetents do their job. And she just sort of looks at both of you disapprovingly, and then walks out of the room.
I point at Rev and tells him, she don't like you anymore.
Smash him, smash him on the head.
Now,
Just
when the two of you are finished, do you mind heading off towards our objective?
take the map. Well, it's half a map since our king didn't remember everything.
Well, it is a pretty long ride. We're gonna need provisions.
No, it's literally in the city. It's just in section 1 of the city. That's where we got this thing from the king to actually go there.
Yeah, but I like drinking outdoors.
You're not getting more. We're leaving now.
I go to my desk and pull out the last resorts of dragon piss, which is about 2 or 3 bottles.
Yes, and just for frame of reference for Ben's character, dragon piss is it's a
Literally
red.
dragon piss.
It's not
No
actual.
alcohol.
It burns like dragon fire and tastes like dragon piss, so that's why they call it dragon piss.
But it works.
So, you guys leave, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. So they
do we
have
get
they have
do-
horses that are theirs that are basically part of the precinct. Do you have a mount?
Actually, Decimal
Do you need one?
Steed, it's a ritual spell, so I will take 10 minutes. Like the air will start blowing around me as I focus, and a horse made of air will appear.
All right. Fair enough.
It's barely visible.
did we get our gold count up to 20 again for bribing and booze?
You don't.
No, you don't get a new one. You only get one each week.
Huh.
Which, unfortunately, you got at the beginning of the week, which is when you started this mission.
I don't think my god will easily be pocketed.
Well, I do have 30 in a sleight of hand. You never know.
Yeah, you totally are going to go to slip it.
And there is a new guy with a lot of gold in our party.
Oh god.
Yeah, he just earned his
keep.
month's worth of money, but he obviously wants more, otherwise he wouldn't be here.
So yeah, I start leading this group towards, well, the forest in Area 1, says Precinct 1.
Precinct 1 is the middle of the city.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave the city, you'll have to go out through the gate.
Yeah, the forest was by Precinct 1, right? Or am I misremembering something?
Precinct 1 is the middle of the city.
Hmm.
And the precinct that you're on, which is 13, which is at the edge of the city.
Yeah, we're going for the
and
forest.
The forest is outside of the city, obviously.
Okay.
While we're riding out of the city, I'm like completely next to Rev, and I'm going like ride your horse gently down the street, locked and loaded in tactic mode. Owl bear police, while I'm drinking booze.
You just love getting punched by me, don't you?
What?
You just like getting punched by me, don't you?
Did you genuinely just come up with that?
Yeah.
Wow. Because their tabards actually have owl bears on them, so that's actually pretty fitting.
I remember that from last night.
So,
yeah, I just asked him a question if he just loves getting punched by me.
Well, I can't dodge you. And laugh as you miss.
Too bad your horse can't.
Don't lead the poor horse into this argument.
Yeah.
Animal abuser.
Booze abuser.
And you two again over there. You had a map, did you not?
Yeah,
Mind if I have a look at it?
of course. I gave him the map.
All right, you look at the map. It leads to a section of forest that's about a mile out of the city.
And what exactly are we looking for here? What information do you have about this place?
This is where the king woke up.
Yeah, it's a miracle he got to walk back unharmed. Now that I think a bit about it, how the hell did he get back without any trouble?
Is the forest that dangerous?
Well, from your prior knowledge, you would know that there are bandits that sometimes patrol the forest, but it's not like every 100 meters there's another bandit ambush or anything like that.
Yeah, some bandits, I don't know how to do it, just quote unquote smell the gold on people. Either our king must have left without any gold, or he must be really lucky that time.
Oh, he left with gold because he bought a bunch of stuff at the bar when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. We don't smell the gold. We usually wait where there's usual patrols with wagons with stuff. I mean, they don't smell gold. They usually
And
wait.
you know this because...
I'm a good cop. And I just start smelling.
Right, I think you should shut up before you do something stupid.
When I travel, I prefer to just get back to my teleport sigil at home. It's way easier that way.
Right,
You can teleport us?
Well, yeah, if I had the time. Currently now it's not memorized.
Let's just make our way over.
Alright, so you guys start going down the road, and it will take you about an hour to arrive at your destination. However, I'm going to get you, everybody, to make perception checks.
I got 2 8, so wisdom is one of them.
Nope.
Huh, you're more drunk than me.
Or flies flew in my eye.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're not the best investigators with 1, 9, and 10.
Those two aren't even proficient. Neither of them are even proficient in investigation.
Or
they're
perception.
Police. So it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not the investigator. No, I'm the muscle.
We are literally the worst precinct 13 has to offer.
Well, depends on who you're asking.
In certain aspects, yes. In certain other aspects, maybe not. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be there. Either way.
I have my days.
Yes, exactly. So, with the 10, see, Imperos, you are riding down the road, and it's forest on one side, forest on the other side, and it's just evergreen trees for as far as you can see. But this path is kept clear, and this particular path leads to another nearby town, but your stop is before you get to that other town. However, you guys continue down this road. The both of them are arguing, and the reason why he gets a 1 is because Abraxas is distracting him purposely with shenanigans. And he is also keeping an eye out, but he's too distracted by doing his shenanigans.
I'm a real rascal, aren't I?
He's just slightly
Flying
more
rascal
distracted.
into a tree soon.
However, as you are going down the road, you hear coming from off the road, and you hear a guy going, "Ah, help!"
Well, it appears that somebody is having problems over there.
Is it where the map leads us?
Unfortunately, you're only about halfway.
Well, then it's not our
Map
problem.
or not, we have to help cause we're cops, remember?
Well, technically not.
Okay,
And
you're not, but we are.
it looked like a beast, though.
Yeah, you just
Look.
heard.
Or yeah, I heard like a beast.
I can see with my ears. Can I do a nature check to see if I can recognize the sound?
Sure.
I have no idea what that is.
To
Actually,
12.
you do.
Whoa.
This one is an easy DC. You only needed a 10 to succeed, and you got a 12, so you succeed. It's an owl bear.
Hell no!
Oh, hell yes.
I say we keep moving.
I say we save this villager.
I say we don't give a shit. Well, if we wait a little while and let the owlbear kill him, he probably has some money.
I'm off.
What?
All right,
As you're talking, I'm off to help.
you start galloping off. As you're galloping off, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay, here goes. 18.
Damn it. I mean, good
All
job.
right. So, does everybody else follow?
At the moment, I'm just watching there. I'm not entirely sure what to do yet, because it's not really our goal.
Okay. Does Abraxas follow?
I turned myself to Erebus?
Imperos.
Imperos. As they just keep going or actually follow to see if he's not killing himself.
Well, I mean, I have. I'm not entirely sure what this mission is gonna be, but it will be good having him around. And I'll just follow you.
Good having him around.
You know, I prefer not, in case there's any more owl bears and that sort of thing. I don't like getting too close.
Yeah, which is probably why I don't want to follow. Well, what the heck? I start galloping after.
All right.
But
Anybody?
how about this next time we hear something like that? I'll just make him forget it.
That is a good thing.
All right. So anybody who is following him also has to make the wisdom saving throw.
That's gonna be terrible because I got 2 8s when I rolled.
I got a 4.
At least I'm proficient. Crit.
Okay. So you guys approach. You see, all three of you see an owl bear currently attacking somebody, or at least looking threateningly towards somebody. You can't see them clearly. They are sort of hiding underneath a tree that is sort of growing out of a slight hill, and they're hiding underneath the roots of the tree. And the owl bear, is trying to get at them, but can't because there's not enough room. But you have a feeling if you don't act soon, the owl bear will dig some of the soil away, and the person will be taken or attacked.
Drop close to the owlbear and make him do a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Let me just pull up owlbear wisdom.
Because he must succeed to not be scared.
Owlbear starts with O.
Page 249.
249.
Of the monster manual.
40. 47. There it is. Their wisdom. They have a +1, which is better than many creatures.
Mm-hmm. He needs to make a 15.
Okay.
Bugger!
He rolled a natural 20.
And let's see if we can take an X in the neck. Bugger!
What were you trying to do to him first?
First, I was trying to get him to be frightened of me.
Okay.
That was the conquering presence. Then I was going to try laying X in his neck.
So you sort of just grip your axe and activate your ability that usually makes petty criminals run in fear. And you feel the energy emanate from you that causes that to happen. However, the owlbear just looks up at you and goes...
Oh, hold on. I don't know the result. Oh, wait, that doesn't matter because a natural 1 is still a natural 1, even with a +10.
Yeah. And you swing your axe at it, and it just sort of moves back slightly, and you hit the axe right into the root of this tree.
Bugger.
And you hear... And unfortunately, those two took a while to approach, so next turn they'll be able to do something, but this turn they cannot. So it is the owlbear's turn. Alright, it gets to attack with its beak and its claws. So they're both +7 to hit. Oops. Come on. Go.
Nope.
One.
Nope.
There we go. Okay. First it uses its owl-like beak to just... It moves its head unnaturally. Like, if a bear did this movement, it would break its neck. But since this is an owl bear, it has different bone structures, and it just lunges its neck up and bites at you. And just sort of moves its head back like an owl, and then just sort of lashes out at you like a bear would with its claws. Unfortunately, your armor is too thick, and it doesn't manage to penetrate.
Okay, let's see if I can... Do I need to wrestle my axe free?
Yeah, your axe is free. I'm not going to punish you that way.
Okay. Then I'm gonna lay into him 2 strikes.
Alright, those both hit. Yeah. They don't have a high AC.
Why did I roll that 1? Oh, that's for 2. That's for 2-handed. Yes, I'm going with the 1-handed strike. Always 1-handed, so that I have always my shield. Let me just turn that one off then. Hold on. It's off. So yeah, that's a 12 damage, and then that's 20 damage total.
20 damage total. Oh yeah, it's still up. It's not even bloodied yet.
Try to intimidate this little bear, owlbear, just to make it run away.
How do you wish to do so?
Just roar at it.
Alright.
Oh, bloody dragonborn.
Go ahead, roll an intimidation.
Needs to beat the 15.
Okay. And I'm gonna go... Which one does it normally need to roll? Insight? Which is insight governed by?
Well, wisdom is normally...
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Okay, well then that's +1. A lot better than some of the other ones it could have rolled.
Watch him roll a 16 or an 18. Also possible.
It just sort of moves its head to the side like an owl would, and it goes... rather than a bear-like cry like it was doing before. Seems like it has multiple voice boxes due to its magical origins. and it just sort of looks at
I'm
you.
just gonna stand my ground. Also, just having a small little peek about, well, the assailed person.
You going to look over at them?
Well, just a small peek to see if they're still there. Just scared shitless.
Okay. Make another wisdom saving throw.
That's 15.
Okay. You look over, they're still there.
Okay.
And make a perception check.
Perception. 13.
Okay, you see what looks like a guy in in the garb of a guard. It looks like a guard. He has like a tabard on, and he has a sword, but perhaps he isn't as high level as you are and is afraid of this creature.
Yeah. I mean, one owlbear versus one guard. I think the guard gets smashed.
Yeah, so
Not for me, though.
he's got like a long sword. So he's well equipped enough as a guard, but he's not he's just one person.
Experienced.
Yeah, he's just one person and probably not as experienced as you.
So yeah, owlbear's turn, or if the two stooges can catch up.
Yeah, the two stooges have arrived. You guys can decide what order you want to go in with this informal initiative.
What time of day is it? Is it like getting late or is it still early?
It's getting close to midday.
Okay.
Well,
And you do know that owlbears tend to be nocturnal, so this is kind of weird. But other than that, owlbears sometimes get disturbed in the day. It happens.
I'll just shoot the blast of air on it then. 14.
All right, 14 hits it. AC super low.
4 damage.
damn,
All
son.
right, takes 4 damage. Yeah, it's not even bloodied yet.
I'm gonna jump off my horse and then try to stealth around it.
All right, you manage. You need to roll a chance, like a hide, which is stealth. Yeah. All right. It gets a chance to perceive you before you attack it on your turn.
Which is a wisdom. It needs to roll net 20. Or doesn't it? I don't know how high.
It has a +1, so it probably couldn't. But if it got a natural 20, I would consider it a contested roll. So
You sure? Let me check. No, they have a +2 in their perception.
Oh, they have a special perception check. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Sorry
smell
about
or something.
It's one of the monsters that has a special stat.
Yeah, it has it has advantage on sight or smell.
Yeah. So I'll roll the proper number, which still doesn't matter.
No, not at all.
It's too distracted by the people who are making themselves obvious and attacking it.
Nice. Can I roll sneak attack damage or?
Yes, you do get to roll sneak attack damage
even if you were not hidden, cause I'm within range.
But since he's hidden, he has advantage on the hit. So.
Do I need to roll a normal nat 20 or acrobatics to hit it?
No, just
normal attack roll.
Yeah, just a spear. I mean, just the rapier you have if you're going to use your rapier.
Yeah, just roll your weapon attack at advantage.
One more time.
Technically, you get another one, so yeah. 13 hits. Actually, 13 is its armor class, so it's a good thing you had advantage.
Ooh.
So, tippity-tappity, the name of the rapier.
It is two-handed, though, so...
Wait, can a rapier be two-handed?
Rapiers, then?
Yeah, they're one-handed. You can also use your offhand with your bonus action if you wanted to.
Yeah, well, I use both the rapiers with two hands, so...
He's dual wielding rapiers,
Oh, okay.
apparently.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's one rapier. So second rapier.
Do I get advantages in that as well, or
Unfortunately, no. On the
No.
second
the
attack.
first one hits, the last one misses majorly?
So roll
That's
damage for
super
that
low
13.
rolls there. You got a 3, a 4, and a 1.
Yeah,
That's what you get
Nice.
for all the
and
booze.
I still hit the damn thing. So do
Yeah.
I just roll 5d6 now, or
Just
you roll
click
the
the.
damage. You roll the damage for the weapon and sneak attack.
and sneak
So
attack?
let me
so
help you with that. So yeah, that's on for you. Just click the name on the rapier. Just in the chat.
You would have gotten sneak attack anyway, due to the fact that
Ooh.
an ally is nearby. But
32.
all right, 32. With that last strike, he just manages to get it right in the back of the neck and into its skull, and it just makes a soft twittering noise, and then falls to the ground.
You're welcome for the carry. It's the first thing I say when I'm standing on the bear, taking a chug from my bottle.
Yeah, it wasn't even bloodied yet, but he completely destroyed it with that attack.
Well, that was easy. And I start drinking.
Yeah, if I had to do the forework, I put my extra hands. Well, reach out my hand toward. Well, extend my hand towards the guard that's under the tree.
All right, anybody who's looking at the guard needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Something is up already. Damn it!
I'm not looking at the guard. I'm busy drinking.
I'm just
19.
waiting for them to finish.
Okay. If he's the only one, you grab the guard, you pull him forward, and he goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without you."
I would eventually see him now that it's pulled up and stuff. Do I still roll? Or
Yes.
Yeah, probably me too.
Yeah, you're focused on chugging booze.
All right.
Which is why I got the nat 1. Again.
Yeah. The guard is just standing there, and he puts his hands on his knees, and he goes, and he looks like, here's his basic description. He's a human. He's got light brown hair, cut short, and he's kind of got it combed over to the side. It's a little messy at the moment, though. And he's pale skin, and he's got the guard uniform on. And he just sort of has his hands on his legs. Thank you. Thank you. And he sort of just grabs your hand and just sort of shakes your hand from both sides like that.
Yeah, so. No,
Why do we
well.
need to do wisdom saving rolls for that guy?
Yeah, I'm curious why.
Don't worry about it.
He
The
says
effect-
no.
Unfortunately, the whatever effect was happening is done with, and you don't know what it was.
So
Maybe
why
it's
did
some kind of shapeshifter. Smack him.
Well, you guys don't know that anything happened. You didn't
Yeah.
feel anything weird or anything like that.
So I just pet him down a little and go like, so why did this angry bear Albert come after you?
Well, I was on patrol, and
Alone.
I'm not alone. My partners fled, left me here. And,
Can I say inside?
all right, go ahead.
17.
Seems genuine.
Okay.
And he goes, they just ran away. I don't know what happened. I just know that suddenly an owlbear was on top of me, and I felt cowardly and just ran under this tree.
Oh, you're lucky we were close by.
If you hadn't have come along, I fear I'd be dead.
Well, have you been patrolling this area, so you know anything about, and I'll show him the map where we're headed.
He goes, "Ah, yes, I know that location. I can lead you to it if you wish."
Sure.
But
He nods.
before we go, I cut off the lion bear.
Owlbear.
Owlbear. Lion bear, yes. Owlbear. I take the claws.
Okay,
Yes.
sure. You declaw the dead creature.
Declaw the dead creature.
Yeah, it doesn't protest due to the fact that it's dead.
That's weird. Do I need to do
So-
a survival or something, or
Oh,
do I
no.
just get the claws?
I'll
Okay.
just say that you get, let's see, 4 claws per paw. So,
4 claws,
however
9
many
claws.
paws you want to harvest claws from, you can get that many and put it in your inventory.
Yeah, or if you mean you cut off the paw, that's also handy.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Depends on what you want to do.
So just 2 owlbear paws.
Sure.
I'm gonna sell this for boost money.
Ugh.
But
Either way, like I said, the bear doesn't protest. It's unfortunately no longer living, so it can't.
I chop off one
Yeah.
of the paws and I say, "Yeah, it's dead."
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't move.
yeah, Ravogar gets on his horse and helps the guard on the back of it and goes, "So, which way is it? And should we just leave the dead owlbear here? Hunters will find it, skin it, and all that jazz."
Yeah, just leave it there. We have rangers that patrol the area.
Okay, that's good to know.
Let nature take its course, I say.
Well, if it becomes a problem, the rangers will deal with it.
So yeah, which way do we need to go?
He motions continuing down the road the way that you were going.
So I follow his directions.
Alright. The rest of the hour goes by relatively uneventful. And you reach the destination and he goes, "Here." And he gets off the horse.
Yeah, I get over with him and... well, let's see how I can do my investigation check. Oh boy!
And he leads you to the specific place that's marked on the map. There was a specific tree that was drawn on the map, and he leads you to the tree. And you see that there are obvious bloodstains
Well,
on the tree.
this is not looking good. Investigation.
Yeah, I try and look around to see if there's anything.
Oh, it could have
like
been a
that around.
17.
Alright, so what's going to happen is all 3 of you, need to make wisdom saving throws.
What the hell?
Buggering bug!
4. What
That's
happened
still
to
a
me?
12.
I got a 4. Something has
Alright,
to
make
happen.
investigation checks. The 4 counts for Giovanni's
Well, we
character.
have the paladin aura now, don't we? So what's your charisma?
That's a 3.
So mine would be a 14 and his would be a
7.
Alright,
Yeah, but you need to be within 10 feet of me.
that's fine. I'll say that happens.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
and they
make
can't
investigation
be
checks.
fair. Yeah, I already made mine, so yeah, go on.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Alright.
Mr. Beast.
I guess he's not doing it. I guess the
Mr. Alcoholic. Oh, there we go.
There
Even
we go.
better.
Yeah, he's going to succeed because he was wandering off looking for a good place to sit down.
Obviously.
However, you guys are looking around. You just see blood that appears to be there. You With the 15, there's multiple things that you see. So since he got a 15, I'll give him this little tidbit. You see what looks like an injured owl bear. It's not moving, so perhaps but it looks visibly injured off a few trees away. It's laying on the ground, unmoving, as I said. It has like a visible gash in its side. So you find that with the 15. But with the 16, you get the special thing, which is suddenly I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Easy.
All right. You feel like you're walking on solid ground, and then all of a sudden you feel like you trip, and then you sort of do a jump, and you land on solid ground. So you're not sure why you tripped, and you look at the ground and you don't see why you tripped. There was nothing there to cause you to trip.
I find a stick and I poke at the place that I almost tripped.
Your stick goes through the ground.
Like, just through the ground? And the ground
Yeah,
doesn't
just like
move?
it's eaten by the ground, but you can just pull it out and back.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's not like you're moving ground out of the way. It's just going through it like you're looking at a hologram or something.
I go down on all fours and I poke my head through it.
All right?
You get attacked by 20 billion owlbears.
No, unfortunately, that doesn't happen.
Unfortunately?
For him, you poke your head through, and it just looks dark. Even with your dark vision, you don't see anything except like a square cut hole all the way down for 60 feet. And
Square
it looks
cut
like it
hole.
goes deeper.
Do I have any torches with me or something?
Of course.
Yeah, I'll give you a torch. No problem.
Okay, I light a torch and I just drop it down.
Alright, you drop the torch down. Eventually, you don't see the light anymore and you hear a...
That's kind of cool.
Oh.
I go back and show the others what I found.
While that was happening, I would have done my ritual to cast Detect Magic because I was investigating a crime scene. So
Okay. Yeah, that place where he's coming from before he even tells you that was happening, you notice that there's a huge patch of illusion magic just over there. Like a square patch of illusion magic just sitting there. Other than that, you don't see anything else at the moment.
Do I get back?
Yeah, you go back to them.
Guys, I found a big hole in the ground.
The whole of your disappointing life.
It's not that
No,
disappointing. I say you have to take another bottle up.
You made that one too easy for me. So I move over to him and check out the hole. Just
Alright.
go like poking around, like
You like
what
move
hole? I just see
leaves.
ground.
Yeah, you move leaves nearby and it just vanishes underneath this ground that never changes or moves.
Jump in and don't take any fall damage. Because I can fly, bastards!
Alright.
You can only fly 20 feet. The hole is 60
and you are
feet.
wearing heavy armor, aren't you?
Nope, medium.
Ah, okay.
What? How the hell do you have like 18 in DC?
Yeah, how do I do that? Oh yeah, that's called this feat.
He has half plate and he has a shield.
Medium armor master.
And how do I have 17 in armor class?
So let me explain. Half plate gives me 15 AC. But plus 2 dex make it 17. But I can make it 3 plus 3 dex, making it 18. Because thanks to medium armor mastery, shield gives me plus 2.
So that's
That
funny.
I'm still missing one. Well, it's a +1 shield, so that gives me a 21, and then plus defense makes 22.
Okay, so that's why I have 17 in armor class because of my dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay, it all
You
makes
need your
sense now.
dexterity.
I need my dexterity.
Yes. That's what your entire class is built on.
I can't get more dexterity. I need more dexterity.
So that means getting either better armor, getting a shield.
Yeah, you probably don't have magical armor either, which doesn't help. But either way.
Yeah, I
So
can
you
fly
jump-
down
you
and
jump
light
down
the
to the
torch.
bottom?
Well, I use a torch to light my way. Well, there's a torch burning down there, so I can see the bottom.
Actually, you cannot see the bottom. The torch was squelched.
Okay, then I light my own torch and we'll go down, float slowly down to see where the range of the torch is 30 feet or is it less.
As you're falling, I need you to make a perception check.
Boy, something I'm so good at.
Also, we yell from upstairs. Would you be as kind as to let us know when it's safe down there?
Yeah. So that's a 2 perception.
Alright. Unfortunately, you don't notice the thing. And, I need you...
To get one-shotted and get a new character sheet.
Not quite.
Please be an Elder Drake. Please be an Elder Drake.
Don't know where it is.
You know Elder Dragons don't bother me, right?
Well, they might bother you.
Well, depending on how I act towards them, and if I just tell them the right things, they might not, but we'll see.
So yeah, they will attack you. Pretty much on
Probably.
You don't know that.
They'll do one little thing and take you off and you start charging into their face.
If they're chromatic, then you just showing up all of a sudden would bother them. Don't know what page it's on. This is frustrating.
What are you looking for?
Exactly, I can't tell you that.
Because you'll just
If you're
look up the
looking
monster
for
manual.
Just tell us what creature you're looking for. We'll help you find the page.
If you're looking for a Grey Ooze, that's page 243. Ooze Master. Oh wait, that's something else.
Are you peeking at what I'm looking at?
Geo is always doing that.
Because I'm not. I was flipping past that page, so
Yeah,
that's why I
Giovanni-
assumed that you were looking at it.
Giovanni has given us the link to the webcam he didn't want us to tell you about.
If you're looking for a black pudding, that's page 241.
Yes, thank you. I don't want a black pudding. Thank you.
Is that a creature? Because that actually sounds
I need you to make a. Yes, it is. It is a creature. Black
It's
pudding.
basically a gelatinous cube.
Ooh.
Except it's a lot worse. Gelatinous cubes are relatively not bad as long as you aren't near them. However, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Too bad you're not me.
Too bad I have an 8. And roll a net
Damn
20.
it.
Alright, as you put your feet on what feels like ground, suddenly you feel like you're being sucked. And you fly
If
back
it's...
up.
Oh yeah, let me also say this. If it's to take half damage, I take no damage.
You weren't going to take damage, however, you managed to pull your feet up. Something sticky is at the bottom of this cavern. And you're not sure what it is. But when you look at the bottom, he said he threw a torch down there. You do not see a torch.
Acid. It has to be... Well, time to brighten up my day, cause let there be daylight.
Can we see him now?
No. the illusion blocks any light from passing through it. So unless
But
if you have your head
I'm
past
poking my
the
head
illusion,
through to see where he is. at all
okay, if
times.
you poke your head through, then yes, you can clearly see the bottom of the cavern.
Yeah, and let's
However-
see. I've just casted daylight.
Yes, you can see. You can see the illusion blocks the light, so if you're standing above the illusion, you can't see the light that's coming through. But if you put your head past it, it's just like there's a sun at the bottom of this a pit. However, it's just a square hole and there's sticky stuff at the bottom.
Perfectly
Just like
square
someone
hole.
dug out a hole and put sticky stuff at the bottom.
Hmm.
That's all you can see from here.
So yeah, just some sticky stuff that's apparently able to eat your torch.
Well, you don't see the torch.
Yeah, assuming things goes well, the torch is not there anymore. Can you drop a twig down here?
Twig?
Twig, something made of wood, whatever it is.
Okay. I go over and find a huge log.
Alright.
Can you pull this log?
Yeah, you'll need to make a strength athletics check.
Athletic or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna jump constantly over the tree to move it.
Can I pull the log?
Alright, you manage
Oh.
to pull it, but it's slow going, and in the pit you can hear something heavy being moved.
I fly up to see what the hell he's doing.
Alright, when you get up there, you see that he is pulling like a fallen tree towards the hole.
You're seriously trying to crush me?
Curse you? With a tree?
Crush! Like crusher.
No. I was gonna throw it down carefully.
Right. Let me help you, you wimpy boy.
Alright, so... Yeah, you grab that log and you throw it down the hole.
And I quickly follow after it to see what happens once it hits the bottom.
Alright, it hits the bottom and it makes a like noise, and you see it just sink into the slime below. Until
I fly down to see if
enveloped.
if it's like being eaten away or it's just slowly sinking into the ooze.
As soon as it goes past the upper layer of the ooze, or slime, or ooze as you called it anyway, it goes past the upper layer, you cannot see inside. Like, it's
pulling at it.
opaque.
Oh great, it's a illusionary covered hole within an illusionary covered hole.
Well, if you want to go
So-
deeper, you can try to, but
So who had the tech magic on?
I have. But
Fly
I'm
up.
too far up.
Fly up, hold out my hand, grab on.
Both of us?
No,
Oh, thank God.
because I would have dropped you.
I'm not too fan of touching that ground, but let me recast the spell first. It's
You're
only
not gonna
last
touch it. You're not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna keep you, well, hovering above it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic first. So yeah.
okay. You cast Detect Magic again.
And
So what do we
I
do-
sense when I get 30 feet next to the ground?
Next to the second ground floor of the ooze.
Yeah, you see the magic emanating from your friend or your new business partner, if you will. Like, his wings are just magic. Like, they're not actual wings.
Well,
They're magically created.
Well, the feet says they're
Magical
actually
creature.
just there.
Yes, but the feet causes them to magically grow, is what I'm going to say. So
yeah.
you notice that they're not it's not biologically his wings, is what I'm trying
So I
to say.
can dispel your wings. Good to know.
In midair.
No, you spout the conic wings. With your wings, you have a flight speed of 20 if you aren't ready. Well, it doesn't really say if it's magical, yes or no. They're just there.
Exactly. So for this purpose, they give off a magical aura. Whether or not you can dispel them and make them fall, you'd have to experiment with that. But either way,
I encourage you to try.
You're currently being held above a giant ooze pit. I would not suggest trying to dispel the wings.
I can levitate.
All right. So get lowered down, and there is faint magic coming from it, but it's not
which
like,
school?
I would say conjuration.
Okay, so it's something created here. I'm gonna focus this conjuration magic, whatever's been created there, and I'm gonna try and dispel it.
Okay. What spell or whatever are you trying to use?
Dispel magic.
Okay. The faint aura goes away, however, the slime is still there.
So it's slime now.
There was some sort of conjuration aura here, like something been summoned into this place.
I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Okay, sure.
So that way you can determine what might have happened.
16.
You're familiar with the magical concept of residuum, which is residual magic aura, and you just dispelled the magical residuum. You didn't dispel whatever the slime is.
Okay. So yeah, it should be just normal slime now.
Oh, are you gonna test it out? Because I'm not gonna test it out.
I look around. Is there anything else in this chamber? Like trying to investigate the chamber.
You look around the chamber. There's just it's just dirt. It looks like someone perfectly carved a square hole and made it really deep so that way people couldn't climb out, and had a slimy thing at the bottom that appears to things that are dropped into it get sucked into it, so seems like it might be a trap. Other than that, you don't get anything.
If you have something like a magical eye that can just float into it and check out whatever is down there, that would be handy.
Do have an idea, but you might not like it.
Don't say you want to go in.
No, but I wanted to send something in.
I start running.
Oh no, you don't!
No, wait, he does run away. If he wishes. If he,
no,
like,
I couldn't have possibly have heard them.
Yeah, you could have heard them. Like, you hear their voices echoing up. So, if you heard that and decided to run away, you can run away.
Nah.
With your permission, of course.
So you're telling me that I should go in?
If you want to, sure.
I fly up, reach up towards the most annoying guy I know, and just grin at him and tell him, "You're gonna have a fun time."
Fun time with you doesn't exist. What are you up to, man?
You're gonna need to swim.
What?
Chuck!
Do you willingly get chucked?
Hell no!
Alright, so it's a contested roll.
That's athletics. Okay, you can make this easily. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, he just does a backflip away from your hand as you attempt to grab him.
What the hell are you doing?
Trying to get you to investigate the problem that's down at the bottom of this pit.
So you were gonna throw me down the pit.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'll just say now. Why don't we just go down and investigate? And I'm sure you'll be able to find something at bottom. So I'm suggesting you go down towards the bottom of this cavern. So you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, he's suggesting you.
You fail. So you now want to search this bottom.
Hold on. Suggestion says I don't want to bring myself to harm.
And we don't know it's harmful.
He just said investigate it, so technically it's not going to harm you to investigate it. You just have to look down there.
Yeah, just look at it. Like, I just see some slime, that's it.
Yeah, more what's at the bottom of the slime pit. I'm still with you, so you're still carrying me, but you want to go below the slime now.
That's actually doing harm to myself.
It's not.
He thinks
We
that
don't
it
know
might.
that.
He thinks that it might be harmful, so he doesn't do it.
Okay. Okay.
Damn it.
I guess he's just stuck there for 8 hours now. So I'll ask him. Do you have any other?
Wait, I'm actually reading the suggestion.
Yeah, it's 8 hours. You haven't checked the bottom of it, so.
Wisdom save. Let me see. This suggestion must be words such as a manner that makes asking creature to stab itself, not a spirit, or something other harmful act ends the spell.
Yeah, it's not harmful. You haven't done anything.
I think it's harmful.
Yeah, but you haven't done anything harmful to
You don't
yourself.
know if it's harmful yet.
You haven't figured out. So it's basically until you go down there and take harm, you're stuck here for 8 hours.
There you have it. The text that it says.
I didn't ask you to stab yourself.
Stab itself, throw itself into spirit, immolate itself, or do something other obviously harmful act ends the spell. I think that's a harmful act, so... Yeah, but you want me to go into the slime that I think is harmful to me, so that ends the spell, so I won't do it.
It's not obviously harmful, so you are stuck here for 8 hours.
I'll say that it isn't obviously harmful. You just see things. You didn't see things like go
like
or anything like that.
If I were to say go down in the slime until you stop breathing, like that wouldn't have worked. That's what it's for. It's for you. You don't make people damage themselves, hurt themselves. But I'm not asking you to do so.
Yeah, you didn't see it like burn or anything. You just saw that it was slime. You might be able to easily get out before it hurts you.
So
okay, then if we're so, what do? I just leave you floating around here while I go down?
Well, that's up to you. I just ask you to check it out, and if you wanna just float over it for 8 hours, then.
Well, okay, I leave you up, and well, first off, I'm gonna try something very stupid, but touch it with a javelin to see what it does. If it just like instantly grab it. Was it just?
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
20.
All right, you managed to pull it back out before it sucks it in. It seems like it's sucking, like it's.
Yeah, that's something harmful.
As soon as you put the pointy end of the spear in, then it starts pulling on the spear.
Yeah, that seems a bit too risky to me.
Benjamin?
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure I know what Tissa would have done by now.
But I'm not done yet. I'm gonna let out some acid.
Alright, you hit it with acid. See what happens.
It needs to make a dex check to take half damage.
So 4
Well,
damage.
it's not going to do that. Because it can't move.
Yeah, so it takes damage, so it gets dented.
Yeah, it takes damage. Some of the slime goes away. But there's still more slime underneath of it.
Any of you have more vials of acid?
Well, how high percentage of alcohol is actually the dragon piss?
It's like a... I don't know the exact numbers of proof, but it's like a whiskey.
A whiskey?
Super, yeah, it's like
Very
super
strong whiskey?
Yeah.
I make a Molotov from one of my
You
bottles.
what?
I make a
Wants to make
Molotov.
Yeah, he wants to make a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
You know, you need fuel for that, right?
Yeah, and I have dragon piss.
Okay, if you say so. I come out like, I can't go into that slime. I'm not even risking it because it will pull me down.
Well, you're still trying, so.
Yeah, but I think that
Stuck
pulling...
trying.
So it will basically pull me down, keep me stuck there, harming me, so drowning me.
Maybe.
Well, it
maybe
didn't
not.
damage your spear. It just tried to pull you.
Yeah, just trying to pull me down because I don't trust to pull me down. That's the thing.
I'll
Okay.
never get any work done like this. I'll do it myself. And I will I'll go down.
Okay, you go down. I need you to
I
make
can
another.
follow him.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm just
The bottom.
trying to reach the bottom. Is there anything else there, basically? So deck save.
Unfortunately, the thing grabs onto part of you, the slime, and it pulls you in. And you are now considered engulfed.
Yeah.
I told you so.
And as you're looking around inside here, you see like animal bones and carcasses, partially rotten. You see even like human skulls and things of that nature, and like weaponry that is just sort of floating around inside this thing.
Okay,
And
am I still able to speak?
unfortunately, not. You are considered again engulfed.
21, 22, 23. Yep, he's stuck. I'm gonna hack at it.
Alright, so, diddly-diddly-dee-dee.
Diddly diddly do.
I need to read something here. Oh yes, and as you were engulfed, let's see. I need to. Where is it? Okay.
So wait, engulfed, that causes blindness, restrained, and unable to breathe, right?
Let's see.
Probably.
Yeah, you can't breathe, and you're restrained, but you can see.
Okay. Can I would still have some air left in my lungs, would I not?
Yes, but as soon as you got engulfed, you took a bunch of damage.
Sure. I'll make a con save to see if the suggestion is still up. No, it failed. You don't have to investigate the pit now.
So
Yeah,
should we
but
just
I'm...
leave?
What?
Should we just leave?
No, you're that kind of bad cop, but I'm at least trying to save him.
What?
Okay. So, yeah, you see all that stuff, and you look below where this thing is, and since there's daylight in the cavern, I'll say that you can see the bottom, and it's just the bottom of the pit that's underneath.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wail at the bottom of the pit, knowing that there's something slimy trying to grab things.
Okay, you can swing at it if you want. Alright,
So...
those both hit.
But that's not all.
Okay, what else?
3rd level, Divine Smite. Crap,
Okay.
that's a 4. Is it undead?
No.
It's
Okay,
not a
that-
rolling 38 either, it's 3d8.
Oh, what?
You have
Okay, that's all. That shouldn't work. That shouldn't be like... Oh, I see the problem.
Yeah, you forgot to put the D in the dice.
Yeah, there we go. It's back there, but yeah, if it's not undead, then it doesn't count. It's just 9 plus 14 makes it 23. But that's not all, folks, because I can do it on a hit, and I hit twice.
Yeah.
And that's a 15. So it took quite a bunch of damage.
Yeah, it took a lot of damage. However, it's still up. And you're just sloughing slime all over the place.
It just took 56 damage.
Okay. Which... Wait. Oh, I didn't add something else, I guess. Yeah, I didn't add the 9 and the 2. That must have been what happened.
Mm-hmm. And also took, well, since it didn't dodge, just plus the 8 makes it a total of 64 damage from my acid breath from before.
Okay. Perfect. That happens. Unfortunately, as that happens, this happens. Oh wait, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Me
No, him.
or him?
You know, grab me.
Alright, you see something, part of the slime, as you start hacking away at it, part of it just lunges up to try to grip onto you. And it hits your armor, but you manage to just kick it off. So this is more than just slime at this point.
So yeah, I yell up for our friendly rogue to help out, because things are going south down here.
You're fine. I start shooting at it with my short bow.
Okay, so you
Which
stick your head
does
through.
allow you to do sneak attack damage.
Yes,
Does?
because you are within melee range. So yes, technically he does. So roll to hit with whatever weapon you're using.
16.
16 hits.
21.
32 actually total damage.
Ooh.
Because you add the pierce and the sneak attack damage together.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you add both of them.
I can
And
see now why people think rogues are busted.
they can be. You chose the assassin route, which means that you basically forewent any of the other special things and just took damage. So you just added more damage instead of taking any of the other special things that you can get, like
Yeah, like-
magic
damage.
or things of that nature.
Yeah, or like Swashbuckler, just I can do sneak attacks for days as long as I'm in range of you.
Yeah, he gets more. That one gets more sneak attacks. The thief can like climb things easier. There's
The scout is just basically a ranger, but then rogue form.
and then there's the arcane trickster, which gets to use magic, that sort of thing. So you chose the one that
magic.
deals more damage when he.
No, he took the assassin, which means he is a sneaky hidey boy.
I am
Yeah.
a sneaky hidey boy.
So when that happens, the slime begins to liquefy more and just dissipates into the ground. And now, what's his name? Imperos is just standing at the bottom of a pit covered in this slightly slimy water.
And there's nothing
Told you
around
so
me.
was a bad idea.
There's broken weapons and bones and things of that nature.
Okay, I just clean myself up.
All right, you start cleaning yourself off. All right. You can use prestidigitation to do that, I assume.
Yep.
So that just instantly happens. So you two are still in the hole. And while you two are still in the hole, I need Abraxas to make a wisdom saving throw.
I fall into the hole.
I need to scroll down. Okay. Suddenly you see the guard that escorted you here goes, "Ah, what is that?" And you look over and you see what looks like a large lumbering creature walking where you guys are.
So it's a big boy?
Yeah, it's a pretty big boy.
How close is it?
It's considered large. It's about 50 feet away and it goes behind some trees to
Can I
obscure
do a
itself.
nature check to see what race it is or something?
Sure, you can attempt to do that.
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's like walking on its front, using its arms to help it walk faster, that sort of thing. You're not sure what it is.
First thing I say to the guy, "Oh, good, you can see it too," and I continue drinking.
He goes, "Aren't you going to deal with that?"
Relax. It's not doing anything yet.
You hear, and it just leaps out from on top of one of the trees, onto this other guard, and he goes, "Ah!" And he quickly draws his sword and instantly impales it through the neck, and it just goes, and it falls to the ground.
So the guard one-shotted it.
Yes, somehow. And he goes, what is that? And you look over at it, and you hear as it suddenly just starts vanishing into the ground.
What does it look like?
Looked like an ape of some sort. It had like blue skin and red fur.
I ask Tabaki if he... I yell down to say that some kind of manifested creature just attacked us. Looked like a big... It kind of looked like the guy standing right next to you. Huge, angry monkey.
Well, I mean, we were in a forest, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was multiple monkeys.
Yeah, but the guard killed it, and it just kind of started to fizz away, disappear into the ground.
Huh. I'll come up and take a look, and I'm gonna levitate to the top.
Why do you need to lift it? I can just carry you to the top.
Because it
Either way, you both get to the top. However it happens. And you're at the top, and you see no evidence of whatever he just saw.
What fizzing away? Did you try and catch the fizzing stuff in a vial or something, or forsake one of your empty booze bottles?
I have empty booze bottles? This is not good. We need to return back to town.
That I take as a no.
Okay, well, if I recall, what exactly were we supposed to do here? Just investigate this area, or?
Yes, we are.
It's one
Trying
of
to
the
figure out.
leads that you have. He woke up in this area.
Okay,
Hold on.
sure.
Hold on a minute. Guards, show me your sword.
He shows you the sword. The sword looks pristine and clean.
I just look at him and go like,
I tell
You're
the guy
saying-
I literally just one-shot at a creature completely alone with no help.
so you're telling me you just stabbed a creature in such a way it instantly dies, but no
scared of
blood
an
or
ogre?
whatever residue on the sword?
I don't know. He just sort of looks at his sword, and he goes,
What's most likely another illusion? It wouldn't be the first here.
Yeah.
he describes the creature for you. It was a reddish ape with blue skin. It was considered a large creature. And it walked It used its front arms to help it walk, and it very quickly climbed a tree and jumped down. And he stabbed it right in the throat, and a bunch of black blood spilled onto him. And he put it on the forced the thing onto the ground. And when it did, the black blood went away, and the creature as well went away.
Let's see how well my nature check can roll. An actual 18.
Yes, you do know what this creature is. And it is it's actually relatively accurate as to what would happen if that creature got defeated. Let me see. It is called a Barrel Gluvar. It's a demon. It's considered a large creature, a large fiend. They're just inherently evil. But since you rolled high enough, they are a challenge rating of 5.
So you're telling me you just killed a demon by stabbing it just once?
He goes, he saw it! And he did see it.
Let's just sum this up. So there was a demon in the area and it got dealt with, and we'll report it back in. And as I'm saying that, I'm gonna target this guard, and
Make him do it.
because I can split target spells when it's enchantment, because that's my specialty. So I also target the paladin, sure. So both of them needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
The frick? 19.
My DC is 19. So you don't
Your
know.
DC is 19? Oh, he's not even going to roll. He's not going to roll.
Okay, so basically I'm doing this.
Yeah,
So
just
it doesn't-
Modify
things
memory.
of my memory.
Yes, so it's not like charm person, so he wouldn't immediately know I cast magic on the paladin as well. But I am doing something to the guard at least, and I basically want to reshape his memory to where we figured out this event, and there was a demon that had been wreaking havoc, and I came in and solved the situation, so I'll get paid. But it's basically my idea. So
Okay.
I was the great hero in his.
So you were the guy who one-shotted the demon now.
Yes.
I like.
Okay. He sort of just squints for a second and then shakes his head. And
Still,
as
that
far as you know, the spell has worked, but he doesn't say anything.
still
Not
this
immediately.
demon thing. This isn't just a regular demon. Demons just don't die by one simple step to the neck. Bleh.
Well, some do if you're powerful enough.
This is just a normal guard.
So something is off. This must be either familiar of someone close by.
Of course, something is off. Big ass monkey demon, huge glob of slime, a bunch of dead owl bears.
Which way did you say it was coming from? Oh wait, he doesn't remember anymore because someone audited his memory.
You don't
Well, you
know
don't
that.
immediately know that, and if you start getting suspicious, like it seems you are, I'm gonna try again.
Yeah.
However-
So I asked him, which way did this demon come from again?
Well, he remembers what direction it came from. He just remembers someone else killing it other than him.
Yeah.
So he points towards where the tree was that it was next to when it jumped at him.
Can we
Okay,
follow
you're
the
gonna
back?
stay with me, and you other two, we split up in groups of 2. So you two go, well, left-ish of that path, and I go to the right to see if we might find someone.
Why not just follow the tracks as a group?
You know, this thing did come out of a tree. You said that, right?
Well, it jumped out of the tree. Is the
So
story.
we wouldn't have any chance by just looking at it from the ground, because, well, it could have gone by tree for a while, then to the ground, then the tree. Because now we might find actually someone, or something, for that matter.
Whatever. Let's
So
go.
yeah, we're going to try and find someone.
All right. So you two split up, or the two groups split up.
So I go with the rogue then, or what's happening?
Yeah.
Sure.
And he's a lowly guard, so when you ordered him to go back, that he might want to go back and report that, he's being overridden by these other people, so he's going to remain for now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna remain with me, with the one that actually saved his life.
Yeah, so he's going to stay here,
I
but
killed
when he
the
goes
owl
back, he'll probably retell the story the way that you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Right? So, you guys walk two different places.
Yeah, so he pointed towards the direction. We just go slightly off from the way he pointed, so that we are just like spreading out in a slowly growing larger V.
Okay. You guys go for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to need. So the two groups can no longer see each other because there's trees in the way. I'm going to need Ravogar to make a wisdom saving throw.
What the hell is it with this guard?
My mind is a shield.
But if the guard was
However-
with us, and Tobacco used detect magic, shouldn't he have been able to figure out that the guard was magical somehow? Since we have to keep doing the wisdom saves.
He didn't see anything when he looked at the guard.
He didn't
guard
have a
looked
magic
like-
aura.
Yeah, the guard looked like a guard.
Oh.
He's not like with magic. He just looked like a guard. Yeah, you make a wisdom saving throw. And here's what happens. You look in the distance, and I may as well go back to that page I was on. You see what looks like a pack of weirdly shaped dogs just sort of sitting in the middle of the woods. And you hear. They're weirdly shaped because their hind legs are shorter than they should be.
Are you seeing this?
He goes, ah! And he sort of runs behind a tree and peeks up from behind it.
You know, I'm not even gonna bother.
How did this dude become a guard?
Yeah, that was I'm questioning right now as well.
Well, the same thoughts I had at the station, so you know.
Well, this guy becomes a guard because he's a loose cannon, but he gets results.
And I am a police officer because I have my ways.
Yes. So either way, you see the weird pack of dogs. Do you wish to interact with it in any way?
I just gotta watch, well, carefully get a little closer, but still try not get garner too much attention.
Okay, make a stealth check.
That's a beautiful 20.
Whoa.
Alright, so I don't know that they have a chance to even see you. No, they do not. So, they're not even going to bother rolling. They don't notice you. They seem to be gathered around something.
Yeah, let's see if I can spot the thing they're gathered around.
Alright, perception check. No.
No.
You just see that they're gathered around something, and there's red blood marks all around it.
Gonna have to move closer.
Yeah, I do.
Alright, you move closer. Your stealth check protects you for until you get about 20 feet away. You can make another perception check if you want.
That's a nice 14.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of humanoid on the ground. Covered in blood.
Get close enough and then make the doggies very scared.
Okay. So they have to make...
Wisdom saves.
Okay, their wisdom is -1. Gives you a decent chance at succeeding, and I'm not going to roll 3 d20s. 1, 2, 3.
2 fail, 1 makes it 4 fail. 3 fail. 4
5.
fail.
Alright. Most of the pack of dogs runs away. However,
Yeah,
one of them...
tiny thing about that.
If a creature is frightened
Its
by
speed
you...
is reduced to 0.
Oh, so they can't run away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're basically just scared of me like hell. They're going to be like, help!
If they're within 10 feet, which when you activated the ability, you were 20 feet away.
Ah, yes, that's true.
So they run away.
Except
for the one with the net 20.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, the boss.
It turns around, and it looks at you, and it has a very weird-looking face, almost bat-like, as it turns towards you, and it has a chunk of flesh hanging out of its mouth, and it just sort of looks at you. It's a hairless dog, gray in color, its face of bright pink, and it has these weird finger-like claws, and it just sort of is looking up at you, and it goes...
Just make myself seem big and intimidating. Just gonna try and intimidate it away.
However, with that natural 20, I'm going to say that it doesn't need to make one, because you tried to magically scare it away, and it way more than shrugged it off. It's not afraid of you.
Well, battle axe for you then if you don't flee.
It's
because I'm not I'm just going to get closer.
It's not like it's leaping at you. It's just standing there.
No, I just move closer to it to see what the hell it's chewing on.
It's chewing on a piece of the humanoid.
Yeah, so trying to see what the hell this humanoid was. Was it an elf? Was it a dwarf? Was it a human? Was it a king?
It's about approximately the size of a human, though there's many humanoids that are the size of a human. And its flesh is completely teared off, so it doesn't have like a skin tone or anything you can judge by. It's not looking good.
Ears?
Nothing. No skin.
Well, ears do keep their shape even if there's no skin.
Yeah, but not when they're devoured in the stomach.
The ears are in the stomach of one of those other creatures, probably.
Yeah, buggered.
Basically just a bloody skeleton with a few chunks of flesh left.
Yes.
Anything of material that might be there, like rings, jewelry, papers? I don't know what might be there.
No.
Yes, a headband with his race on it.
I mean, the papers can help. Rings can help. They can identify the person.
Like a little
like
note
it might be.
Hello, my name is John, and I'm a half dwarf.
Just let me finish. The ring can say it's like maybe some important family or a merchant of some kind.
From the scene you just walked in on, you can assume anything that was on their skin or person or clothing was devoured or removed.
Fuck. Bandits. Definitely.
However, this weirdly shaped dog is still staring you down.
I'm not afraid of it.
It's not afraid of you. So you
Either.
seem to be at an impasse.
I just shine its axe at it like, I'm willing to offer you, little dog.
It just stares at you.
Smash his face in.
Should I really smash just face just for because it doesn't want to move away?
Giovanni smash.
Yeah, you're right. My guy would do that.
Alright, their AC is 11, so you hit them both. Hit it both times.
That's a 5, and that's a 6.
Alright. It's still up, but it looks injured, and there's black stuff on your axe blade.
Another demon? Seriously?
And it lunges towards you. Roll D20. +2. Doesn't have much of a chance to hit you.
It needs to roll net 20 to hit me.
It almost did, but it doesn't hit you. Bounces off your armor, making a clink with its teeth. And it just goes...
Wait, hold on. I need to double check something because I think I'm forgetting something. Just to see if I'm correct about my assumption. Level 10. Nope, I'm incorrect about my assumption.
Okay, well, it is your turn.
Time to play whack-a-mole. Is that enough to murder him?
That hits him, but you have to roll damage. 10, 16... no, he still has 2 HP left. And unfortunately, that misses. Its armor class is 11.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
It dodges out of the way. It's going to try to hit you. It does not.
Very hard thing.
Alright. Make another swing. 14 hits. You need to do at least 2 damage.
I do at least 2 damage because my modifier of strength is +3.
Yes, so you strike the creature down. The blood vanishes from your blade, and the creature sinks into a black puddle, which then vanishes.
Okay, this is worrying and at the same time very opportune for me because now I have something to actually focus my anger into.
Alright. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
17.
Alright. You turn around and you see the guard on the ground. And he's going, "Ah!" And he's currently wrestling with something.
Is it invisible or?
No, you see something.
I
I'm not
would
quite
just.
sure what it is.
I charge up to it.
Alright, as you're about to get within range, he manages to... And he goes like that, and it collides with a sticking out tree branch that is very sharp, and it just gets impaled, turns into a black puddle, and vanishes. And he goes,
I just.
"What is happening here?" As he looks over at you.
Seems to be a lot of demons around here.
And you can roll a nature check to see if you could identify what he was wrestling with.
Here comes my -1. Oh, that's actually 14.
Yeah, you get to identify it. It is called a Shazmi. which is on page 57. It looks like a large mosquito.
Let's say demon and fiend or
Yeah.
demon.
It is a demon. It looks like a huge mosquito. It has human hair on the back of its head. And it has weird clawed-like hands, and it has a huge proboscis, which it was trying to stab him with.
Well, I say we are leaving right now.
He goes, that might be a good idea. Ugh. And he starts walking wherever you lead him.
Yeah, I
Alright,
lead him back
so-
to the horses, if the horses are still there, that is.
Yeah, the horses are still there. You can see them. Alright, so you two, I need you both to make wisdom saving throws.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Fuck. Hate dyslexia.
Wisdom save is...
Oh yeah, Ben, just one thing. Do you still have that +3 for my charisma?
Probably
No.
not. We're too far away.
Okay, just checking. Because if you had that, then yeah, you should have removed it. Just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
guys
a
are...
wizard. I have proficiency in it, so.
Yeah, you guys are super far away from each other. So,
I would
Yeah.
spend some time and cast detect magic again as we're investigating.
okay. You cast Detect Magic. That happens. As you're walking, you did make your wisdom save. So, Impros, however, Abraxas, you did not. But it doesn't matter anyway, because of Detect Magic. You turn around Impros, and you see a glowing illusion magic behind you. And it is in the shape of a large humanoid-like shape. It has two sets of arms. It has like a weird demon-like head. And two claws on the other arm. One set of arms is like huge and buff, and it has claws on the top. And it is currently walking up behind your friend. Abraxas, you turn around to look at what he's looking at. You don't see any glow of magic. You just see a large demon that is how I described.
Is he charging us?
It's standing right behind you, and it looks like it's using those two pincer-like arms to just about to crush onto you.
Before it gets to crush on, can I just dispel it?
You can attempt to.
Okay. I'll
You have
attempt
to use
dispel it.
Dispel Magic. What level are you casting it at?
Third.
Okay, I need you to roll the DC, whatever that is.
It's my spell attack modifier, so it should be a d20 plus 11.
So you need to roll that.
So 31. Is it
Yeah, it vanishes.
Nice.
is it a 21st or higher? No, it's a 22nd or higher level spell. Then I'll fail.
Yeah, unfortunately, it vanishes for it. So, Abraxas, you turn around and you're about to brace to get hit, and it's just gone.
I don't care. I was probably trying to take my last sip of drink.
Well, you braced for an attack still, but it didn't happen.
I'll let you know that there's still more illusions coming our way. So
This is interesting. I say as I keep walking, drinking.
All right.
Maybe we should return and renegotiate the price.
Hmm?
Maybe we should return and renegotiate the price. Seems
We're
quite
too far along.
All right. You keep exploring. However, other than that weird thing that he made go away, you don't see anything else.
Is there like no sign of where the hell all this is coming from?
You don't see it here.
I asked the dude.
No, I don't detect any magic.
Yeah, you don't see any other sources of magic. Other than that weird hole that's still covered by an illusion. You see that in the distance behind you, but other than that, you don't see anything else.
It must be some powerful magic to affecting this large of an area.
Well, I for one are not looking forward to finding the dude that is casting it.
All right. So I assume you start heading back.
Back? No, we push forward.
Okay, you
Yeah.
continue forward for
Sure.
about another 5 minutes. However, we switch back to the other two. You two are at your horses. And he goes, "Let's get out of here."
Yeah, I think the rest will know where we're heading, cause, well, I've had enough of this forest already.
All right. I'll lead the way back unless if you wish to.
You're coming with me, you're not staying here. If any longer, you might be stabbed actually to death.
Fair enough. Lead me back.
Yeah, take him on my horse and, well, ride him back.
All right. You start heading back. Okay, you two. You hear a horse get mounted and start moving away.
Us two?
Yes.
What a goddamn pussy.
Well, it's not my horse. It should have faded by now.
Well, I'm not staring ever if it's just us. Plus, I'm almost out of liquor anyway, so we should probably head back. I get cranky if I don't get my drink.
Yeah, and you went for another 5 minutes. You didn't find anything.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sick of
you didn't
walking
find
anyway.
any booze outside.
So how far away are we from the horses?
You're about 150 feet.
Okay, so I'll just teleport us onto that horse.
On my
Okay.
horse.
Sure, why not?
Suddenly, there's 4 people on one little.
No, I'm just questioning it. Like, are you teleporting on my horse? Are you mad, bruh?
I was
No,
planning
he's
to, but
teleporting
yeah,
to the other horse because he technically doesn't know where the other horse is, so he couldn't use Dimension Door in that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's way better.
So
Damn
he
it.
knows where the other horse is. So you two teleport onto that horse. And he just puts his hand on you, and you just both. It seems like you just walked through a doorway suddenly, and you were on the horse.
Cool.
All right, so you two are on the horse. I assume you guys go back as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head back. You get back to the precinct, and that's where your two groups meet up.
Yeah, I just let the guard debrief. Well, we debrief everything that happened. Like, the forest isn't safe anymore.
Okay, so you're with the guard, and
So,
Yeah, with the guard and also with, well, one of my bosses. The
okay,
nice one, as you call her.
whatever she's called.
he goes on to describe that his friends ran away and all that stuff. And she goes, interesting. and I need you to make a perception check.
Me?
Yep.
A 14.
All right. You notice her look down at him, and he goes, I'm so sorry. I just am a rookie, and I ran off. I apologize profusely. However, we seem to done well in the forest. I hope I made up for it. I slew some creatures.
Miraculously, if you ask me as well. I mean, he was able to just stab. What was it again?
Yeah, they're all demons, so they're in that section. So you can look for
Yeah,
them.
I'm just trying to find it. What his name was? Balgura, just in the neck, one, and then it just died. Just like
And
that, one stab.
she just sort of touches her chin. She goes, perhaps it was weakened.
That thing didn't look weak. It
You
came at
didn't
him.
see shit.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
You saw it. Wait,
Yeah,
I thought.
you say that he did it. He says that he didn't do that.
Yeah, and then he had a one on him, and well, he threw it off him. Just first, he was in trouble getting it off him, and then he threw it off him onto a very luckily placed tree branch.
So what my comrade here hasn't figured out yet is they're just illusions. So the forest is struggling with a huge illusion problem. Some very powerful spell is on the forest, I'd reckon.
She goes, that's interesting. Anything else?
Well, enough dead people and the pit of death, and well, a lot of dead people.
Dead people.
I didn't find any dead people myself, but
Well,
maybe
you
they're
did.
part
You
of the
found them
illusion.
in the pit.
Oh, the ones in the pit? Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah,
they
okay,
were-
they were real.
Skeletal.
Yeah. Yeah, and illusion magic covering a pit that had a few dead, perhaps villagers in it. Or just say.
She goes, interesting. Well, it seems that our new rookie has proven himself in more ways than one. So he is going to be joining you.
The NPC?
Yeah.
Fuck.
She goes,
You sure about that, boss? Nothing against you, Rookie, but he's been through hell.
he seems to be doing fine to me. He just seems lucky.
If you say so.
She nods, goes back to her work. Do you have any more leads? As she's writing something down on
Well,
a piece of paper.
not really.
Hmm.
I mean, we didn't find anything out there except for this rookie and, well, those lot of dead people, demon trouble.
Did you look for the king's tracks? Where he may have
We
come
did,
from?
and let's say the scene of we arrived was literally disturbed beyond recognition.
Perhaps you should try approaching the king again. She continues writing.
Yeah. That's the best course of action.
Alright, you two
So, yeah.
should have also made a perception check. So go ahead.
Sure. Not that I'm good at it.
Probably better than me. Yep.
Wonderful.
Actually, yeah, I'm -1, but yeah.
Wonderful. So you guys continue. You start doing your next thing. What is it that you're doing?
I'm just gonna remind. Probably a terrible idea, but I'm gonna assume I've done it a few times. I'm just gonna remind her of the pay we agreed on for completing this task.
All right. What is the roll that I need to make?
Wisdom. 19.
She rolled a 24. So unfortunately that doesn't work, and she notices that you did that. She goes, "Try again next time."
Ah.
And she continues writing. Luckily, she didn't arrest you.
Yeah, that would have been bad. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Worth a shot.
$1 million gold.
Yeah, about that.
About what?
I know you tried it on me.
Tried what on you?
What you did with my very good friend here.
Oh yeah, you do know that you tried.
He didn't do shit to me.
He knows that
Actually-
you tried to make him think that he killed, or you killed the weird monkey thing.
Actually, I need the paladin also to make one because I have this split enchantment.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he
but the problem is you. Oh, it was longer than the time it says on here. Let's see. The experience within 10 minutes. No more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, during a 24 period hour. So it's not been
so
24
you
hours yet.
modify a 10-minute span is what.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yes, so it happens again to you. But she knows.
Second violation, little boy, and you're going into a cell.
She goes, "He seems to be working well enough. Just don't do it again."
Very well. I won't do it.
Plus, we need all the help we can get in this city. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, we could.
Listen to the nice lady, Rev. Woof woof. That's a good boy.
Head slowly going to act like I want to chop him up.
She goes, "Go on to your next task then."
I will just apologize and say practice makes perfect, you know?
She goes, "If I hear about anybody acting weird that is very important and is very rich, you may be placed in our custody."
Fully understandable. I assume you know where I live.
She nods and continues writing her on her page.
Well, since I have things to do at the archive,
Do you really
I
want
hope
to
my
make your character?
partner.
Are you really going to make your character do that? You don't have to.
Yes, to actually be paid off, but I actually want my partner to actually further this investigation.
Okay. She goes,
Are you referring to me now or the NPC?
Yes,
Yes,
to you.
Oh,
he wants you to continue the investigation. Without him, apparently.
nag, nag, nag.
Well, it's getting late. Why don't we do it tomorrow?
Actually, it's like late afternoon. You still have the rest of the evening.
And I asked the lady again, and what exactly is my task? Because I'm not, I don't have a bounty or anything currently.
Get us this scepter back. Apprehend the individual who took it. And we'll pay you extra.
Oh, not.
And she says, "If you'd like it in writing, I can draw it up quickly and have it ready for you tomorrow."
It's always good.
She goes, "After I finish what I'm writing here, I'll get right on that."
Sweet. So what do you say? We go have a chat with the king, and then we hit the pubs. Yeah.
Well, the first part seems reasonable.
Exactly. Let's go.
All right.
I asked
So you-
the nice lady if I can borrow the book to show the king if he remembers it.
She goes, "We did disenchant it finally. So sure, you could even show him what's inside if you wish. It's just insane scribblings."
Well, on the way there, I gave the book to my what's it called? Like deputy? No, kind of.
Whoever you wish. You can give it to the bounty hunter, or you can give it to your underling subordinate.
Is that the NPC?
Yeah.
I give it to Tabaki.
Okay. Technically, his name is something else in this
Yeah,
character,
I
but
don't
that's
remember
okay.
it.
That's okay.
Erebus.
Um,
Erebus. No.
No, that's your own character. That's the necromancer.
Yeah, Erebus. That's the necromancer. That's true. So
It's
your
in
name was again?
Paris. In Paris.
Paris.
In Paris.
In Paris. I'm just gonna call you Imp from now on.
Sure.
That can work.
Right. So you two start, or the two groups, which is one of them only consists of one, and the other consists of the other three, goes to the king's palace. And so we're gonna start off with Ravogar. What do you want to do when you're at the archive? Did you want to do anything other than copy those books?
Well, since I'm at the archive, also try to find out if the force was innately magic of itself.
Okay, you start looking up some history, make an investigation check.
Something I'm so good at.
Yeah, -1. A literal 0. All these books are very vague and don't give you any direct answers that you find.
Oh, great. Nothing here, nothing here.
Can you even read?
I can.
Anyway.
So I asked one of the archivers to help me with finding the thing I need. Perhaps they can help
They
me.
did help you. They gave you all kinds of books and you didn't find any helpful information in them.
Ah, great.
And then you desecrated their sanctuary with my booze.
However, you manage, I'll say, if you do it for the rest of the night, I'll say that you manage to complete your first book copying. And you still have one complete book to copy.
Yeah, that's at least 75% done.
So,
It's cleaning up the booze. I count that as things to do.
sure. So we're going to switch to the other two. Technically the other three. You ride up to the palatial estate, basically. And they let you through with your writ, basically. It's a piece of paper that allows you to go in. And you go in, and the guy who's with you, for a minute they're about to ask you about him, but then they seem like they stop being about to ask you. You're not sure why that happened. But either way, you go in, and the king is there, and he stands up. He's in his living area, which is where he was before, with all the couches and pillows all over the place. And he greets you. "Ah, yes, welcome back."
Sup, my dude?
And he goes, "Who is this?" And he motions to the bounty hunter.
My name's Imperos. I've been tasked with aiding this investigation.
Ah, all right. I trust him, so I trust you. And who is this? And he motions to the rookie cop. You didn't even ask him his name.
He's
And
basically a slave.
okay, he introduces himself. He goes, yes, my name is Bink. And he goes, hello, Bink. And he looks at the two of you, and he goes, so did you solve the case yet?
No, but we went back to where you were found, and the place didn't look good. And the forest is full of illusions and crap that wants to kill us everywhere. And I would just wonder if you remember this book. And I motioned to Imp to show him the book.
Oh, and Imp, if you wanted to examine the book, you could have.
Yeah, I probably would have during the time. Is that investigation arcana or what is it?
It's Arcana, because it's a magical book.
No.
Yeah, you get a little bit of something. There's arcane runes and stuff on the pages, but they're deactivated, so most of them have like scratchings through them and stuff like that to make them inert. Just looks like some sort of enchantment.
It's not a little note. It's not a little note at the end or the beginning of the book that says property off.
Actually, it does, and it says the name of that guy that you put in jail that you determined wasn't the right guy.
Yeah, we did find a half giant that was believed to be behind this, but he was apparently not planning your assassination.
He goes, well, at least that stops an international incident.
Where were you meeting with him anyways?
Well, he said that he was starting a new kingdom, and, well, being a leader of a nearby kingdom, I was interested in hearing what he had to say.
Do you remember the book at all?
He goes, yes, he took out that book and said that he wanted to show me something. That was actually when I lost memory.
Yeah. The book was infused with some powerful magic that can make any people a puppet. And we have reason to believe that he was also a puppet when he showed you the book.
That's odd.
Where did you meet?
Well, if you wish for me to show you the room, I can definitely do that. Right this way.
You met here?
Yes, in my estate.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember meeting you.
Yes, this is troubling.
Yeah. It's like roofies, just worse.
Well, you're the expert.
Fuck no, I'm not.
Well, he thinks.
I actually say that.
He goes, either way, do you have any other information? Or do you need anything else from me? And you can ask your companions if you wish. If there's anything else you should ask.
I just look at them and shrug my shoulders.
Alright.
And this scepter of yours, you last saw it in the castle. Did anyone see you leave with it? Or?
That's a good question. He motions for his butler to approach. And his butler comes forward and he says, has any of the staff mentioned me acting strangely? And he goes, Well, you dismissed. The butler goes, well, you dismissed them, so nobody was watching you. During the meeting, you dismissed most of the staff to go back to their regular posts, and nobody was nearby when you left. He goes, I guess we don't know the answer to that question.
Could you give me any more details about the object or the scepter?
And he motions towards the portraits. It's a golden staff with like a ball at the end.
See? Royal butt plug.
Is this significant in any of your culture and your lore and your books as well?
Well, it's the staff of kings. Other than that, it's not really important. It's mostly ceremonial. It was made in ancient times, so it's probably worth quite a bit of money. Practically priceless, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you have control over your own guards?
Well, yes, I can order them to do whatever I wish.
Yeah, you should order them to protect you even more than they already are.
Well, as
Does it
you
cr-
noticed, and when you came in, there was a higher guard presence, and there were even people from the different precincts around the grounds that were patrolling.
Yeah, I'm talking like all the time. You don't eat anything before anybody else have eaten from it. You need a taster. You cannot get killed. At
He
all.
goes, I'm aware of the assassination attempts, or the possible ones.
Hmm?
Yes, we have some precautions in
Because
place.
since you were under my control, you have probably already left a note to the guy who has the butt plug thingy. That if you die, then he's the new king.
He goes, I am well aware of the implications.
Good.
He nods. So, is there anything else?
Do you have
Did you
anything
want
to
to see
drink?
the
I'm quite
room?
thirsty. And yes, I want to see the room. But I do think much better with drinks in my hand.
He motions for the butler to approach, and he has a thing of like a crystal jar with alcohol in it, and he approaches, takes the top off, and pours a glass. It's a crystalline glass, and you can take it if you wish.
Yes, I take the whole mug. I leave the glass and I take the whole jug.
He goes, I appreciate what you're doing for us. Thank you. And he motions for the butler to let you just take it.
So we're walking through the room?
Yes. Follow me. And he walks out of the room. And he
I'll be
goes
right
into,
back.
Okay. He goes into these double doors. Large double doors. And it's basically like a meeting table. A long meeting table with like 30 chairs around it. And at the end is a throne. It looks like some sort of meeting area, obviously. Places where important council meetings might be held, that sort of thing. And he leads you into the room and he says, this is where it took place.
Imp, do you feel any magic present?
I would have to check. I'll do detect magic. Sure.
Alright, you do detect magic. You don't see anything, you just see residuum, but you assume that many rooms would have residuum in them. Various types of magic. Though you do see something troubling, you see like a little wisp of illusion magic, but that's probably from the book or something else. You're not sure.
And the little wisp I see of illusion magic, where is it coming from?
It goes from the door to one of the chairs, and then it goes from the chair back out the door.
So
Just
there's
follow the wisp.
some faint illusion magic there.
He goes, well, that might have something to do with what I was doing.
Can we track it?
Just goes back and forth here.
Yeah, and once it goes out of the room, it seems as though there's an airflow that's blowing the magic away. So you can't track it outside the room, unfortunately.
But I might be able to find it tomorrow. I'll just need to rest.
He goes, if you don't mind, I do have some other things that need attending to. Unfortunately, my kingly duties do not stop because I am under threat of death.
Okay. Good night then. And I will dimension door towards my own home, and I will go home.
Okay, sure.
I go to
so-
the nearest bar and pass out.
All
Or
right,
drink until I pass out.
fair enough. Your rookie soldier is just sort of, as you two just leave, you just realize, you may or may not realize that you just sort of left him there, and
Hell no,
You-
I'm taking him with me. I'm drinking him under the table.
okay, you attempt to take him with you. He says, I would rather not. I've had a long day.
Exactly. This is kind of mandatory. When you see something scary as fuck, this kind of helps. Persuasion. 25.
He goes, fine. And he follows you.
Hit the pubs.
All right, I'm going to get you to make a perception check.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't notice. So, the morning comes to all of you. You're all alive. You're not dead.
Hey!
You weren't murdered in your sleep, so that's an accomplishment in and of
And I
itself.
drink myself to death. That is also an accomplishment.
Yes, that's true. However, when you wake up in the bar, you notice that the rookie guy is gone.
Gone?
Like, he's not in the bar.
At all?
No. He's nowhere near the bar.
Are we in the same bar with Roger?
Yes, I would say that you would have went back to him if you wished.
Yeah, sure. Like Roger. Is Roger
He
behind
likes
the counter?
Roger.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
Yeah, Roger would have just woken up to start his shift. Because they have a rotation of 2 bartenders. So last night you didn't have Roger, you had his compatriot, which is a woman, a female dwarf, which you hit on multiple times
Probably.
during the night. However, she is now gone and probably went to her house, and you now have Roger.
Morning to you, Roger.
He goes, can I get you a breakfast whiskey?
What day is it?
Well, you just came in last night, and it's the next day from
It's
when
the
you
next
came in.
day. Yeah, sure, why not? On the rocks, please.
All right, he makes your drink, passes it to you. So did you need something from me other than, well, the obvious?
Yeah, I'm seem to have lost my friend.
Yeah, his name is Bink, by the way.
Seem to have lost Bing.
Oh, your drinking partner?
Yeah.
She said that, well, my compatriot warned me of a few things, and one of them was that your friend left as soon as you passed out.
Probably nothing bad. Well, thank you very much, and I'm gonna need about 2 bottles of dragon piss as well.
He goes, 6 gold.
Hmm?
He says 6 gold.
And you're very welcome.
All right. He puts the 2 bottles there.
Shouldn't I be starting to have like discounts now?
This is a discount.
You're very kind. Well, I probably see you tonight, Roger.
He goes, I look forward to it.
I start walking back to the precinct.
All right.
Do I still have the big jug that I took from the King's Palace?
Yes, he let you take the crystalline jug.
Well, I'd give it to Roger. Maybe you can use this for something nice.
He goes, wow, this is actually pretty expensive looking.
Oh,
Thanks.
you're
I'll
welcome.
say that your next bottle's on the house. And he
Thanks,
puts
mate.
it behind the bar. All right, so that happens. You start heading back. Next person on the list will be Emperos.
Yeah.
You're at your house, whatever your house looks like. You're a pretty wealthy bounty hunter, so you can have any range of houses.
Just a medium house. The only special room is my teleportation sigil room.
All right. Anybody in this house when you awaken? Other than yourself?
My books.
All right. So you're a loner. Okay, cool. So you awaken and you hear a knock at the door.
Yeah. I go to check who's there.
All right. It's a messenger. He basically says that you're expected to be at the precinct.
Okay.
And then he just walks off.
Yeah. On the way to the precinct, I'm gonna cast locate object, and I'm gonna search for this king's wand.
All right. What is the range that you can detect it in?
1,000 feet.
1,000. That's 1 mile. Approximately 1 mile.
Yeah.
Because it's technically a few more feet than that, I think. But it's approximately a mile, I'll just say. And within a mile, you do not detect it.
Okay, so it's not in the city. Yeah.
All right. And that lasts up to 10 minutes. As you're walking to the precinct, it never pings.
Yeah. I would assume that covered the city, would it not? Or
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
Like maybe little like off sections on the side might not have been covered, but like a farm or something, like a farmstead or something like that might not have been fully covered or something like that. But other than that, you covered quite a bit of ground.
We should probably walk back to the forest and cast the save spell later.
Yeah.
Either way, it didn't ping for the entire 10 minutes, and you didn't have a reason to not keep concentration, so it never pinged. Alright, so I assume you're heading there. So that leaves our last companion.
Here.
You are at the archive?
Yep.
Alright, a messenger arrives at the archive. He gives you the note saying that you're expected, and then leaves.
That
In the
could
same
be this
situation-
time.
In the same situation, your head was resting on the book, and somebody was nice enough to take the book out from under you and put a pillow there.
Yeah, I get up and go like, what could be this time?
Alright, so everyone heads back and arrives at approximately the same time. And you guys are sitting in the precinct. Your nice boss expects a report. So you give the report of what happened the previous day, and now you can do whatever it is you wish.
Yeah, I'll just let her know that I've been scanning the whole city with magic, and it's not in here. So
She goes, Well, that isn't entirely unsurprising.
Could head to the forest next, but do you have any idea any other places thieves would go to try and sell this?
Well, we do know of some Thieves Guild hideouts, but they tend to move around, so who knows if they're up to date.
In other cities, I mean, than this one.
Other cities? I have no idea.
You have to ask them.
Yes, I would say that would be accurate. We would have to ask the other cities where their crime problems originate.
Okay. So I was gonna head out to the forest again to see if I can find stuff there.
You sure you don't need any backup and not get slaughtered by any, well, as you say it, illusions?
I'm
Well,
following
first
him because I
of
like
all-
him much more than you. And I'm actually saying this straight to your face.
Well, that's very kind of you, but first of all, they're not real, so I'm not that scared of them.
Explains why our, well, yeah, about that. Where is our guardy friend?
He is not here.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking them.
Didn't a messenger fetch him?
Could find him, but then I'll have to take a little break afterwards.
I will just ask where he lives. I asked the nice police lady where he lives.
She goes, let me look through the records. She opens the
What?
drawer, looks
It
through.
would be helpful if we knew his name. Do you know his name?
His
Binkle.
name is Bink.
Bink.
Not big, okay.
B-I-N-K.
Bink.
And she starts looking
Okay.
through.
Well, in either case, if we ever need to find somebody, I can always ask my dad. He knows where everyone is.
Your dad?
Yeah,
Your dad sounds like a wise man.
yeah, I carry him with me everywhere.
His ashes?
No,
His soul?
no.
What
I
are
know
you
what it is.
carrying then?
Well, fine, if you... But then I'll have to take a little break afterwards. But, okay. So I will just start pulling out like a crystal skull. And I would like to cast scrying through it to see if I can find Bink.
Sure.
Scrying?
Yes,
Yes,
it's my
scrying.
scrying region. It's basically his father's skull.
Yeah. Scrying, for context of the spell, if that's what you need.
Yes.
It's just like those old movies with the witch and the crystal ball and seeing things that are far away. That's basically what the spell is.
Why didn't you use that on the butt plug?
Well, it finds creatures, not items.
All right. You see Bink, and he is. Does it have a range?
As long as he's on the same plane of existence, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the same plane of existence.
Well, at least we got that going for us, which is nice.
He seems to be standing inside of the palatial estate, and he's in one of the rooms talking to the king.
Okay, what are they saying or speaking about?
What?
You can hear nearby people and him, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, so, he goes, yes, King. I was just wondering if I could get any more information from you. And he goes, any more information? can't think of anything else. And how long does the spell last? How long do you
Up
get to
to
see?
10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, I'm not going to go through 10 minutes of them just small chatting. It's just basically him trying to get any more information out of the king.
Yeah. So he's asking the king for more information about your case. He's up there speaking right now.
Okay, bit odd that you just would go without us.
See, I told you my father would know. And I pocket him again.
So that skull is literally your father.
Well, that's what I have left of him, anyways.
Right.
Everybody
seem
handles
weird.
grief in different ways, Rav. Don't judge.
Just saying it's a bit odd.
How is that odd?
I mean, don't you
Which-
try and speak to your parents sometimes as well?
I have no fucking idea who my parents are, so no.
So who are you to criticize someone?
I didn't criticize. I told you to stop criticizing.
That would be accurate.
Yeah, but that means you're criticizing my criticizing, but back to the point. Yes, I do contact my old mom and pop.
Yeah,
And yes.
they live in the city.
Now for the part where I said I was going to sit down a bit. And I sit down.
Okay, I'll
So
be
you're taking
getting
a
pink
short
then.
rest now, or
Yeah, I'm taking a short rest.
okay?
No, you
So-
do you.
I
I'm
send a
gonna get
messenger to
pink.
get the kid,
No
and
need.
I sit down at my desk and start drinking and waiting for him to finish his short rest.
Well,
Alright,
in our time, I can get pink.
Okay, sure. So they're gonna rest at the station, and you're gonna go get Bink, is what I understood. Okay.
Yep.
So, you start heading towards Bink, and you get to the palatial estate after about 10 minutes. So they finish their rest, but technically you're still gone. And you reach the estate. You start walking up the stairs, and make a perception check.
Oh boy. Something I'm not good at no matter what. A 10.
It's not hard to hear this noise. You hear like of glass breaking and of wood being smashed and that sort of thing. Inside.
That's weird. Usually it's your fault that sound is happening.
You don't know that.
Of course I know that. I've been working for you. With
No,
you
you
for
don't
years.
know that it's you're not there, I mean.
No,
Yeah,
no.
we didn't say we were there. You just made
So,
a
yeah,
comment about you smashing things.
Hmm.
So
You hear the noise.
the guards at the gate I tell them that they're needed and because the king might be in trouble.
They are following behind you.
Kick in the door.
Alright, make an athletics check.
Please be a nat one. Please be a nat one.
Nope, 13.
Unfortunately, you do not break the door with your foot.
Maybe just
God
open it.
Damn door. Right, it's totally not locked from the inside.
The guard walks up and just turns the handle and opens the door.
Right. Okay, whoever is actually assailing the king is not smart.
So he opened the door. The door's open.
Go inside and just rush towards the sound of panic and just smashing.
Alright, you get to where the king is, and you see Bink currently standing over a person on the floor.
Well, that person is not going anywhere. So, Bink, get off him.
And he gets up.
Not
and the
on
guy,
the Bink, but on the guy. That's not gonna move anywhere if he doesn't make my DC 15.
All right, you attempt to cast Hold Person on him. There is no mind to use the spell on. The person is dead.
You actually killed him already, Bink.
He goes, well, you took forever to get here. In just a second. Somebody is attempting to talk to me. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so Bink is currently standing over someone who is dead.
Yeah, move over and cast Revivify.
Okay, so you are attempting to
If it's at least... I guess it's still within 1 minute, because Bink was over them, and I guess he just did it, so it must be within 1 minute.
Do you have a diamond that is worth more than 300 gold pieces?
Yeah.
It's Father's skull, don't worry.
I mean, the precinct sure does take certain things in, like as evidence or
Here's
something.
what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. You have one that was given to you that you could use in emergency situations, if need be. However, it seems as though this person has been dead for more than a minute.
Fuck.
What Bink was literally standing on him.
Yeah, and he was breathing heavily.
It's not the king, is it?
No, the king's standing next to him.
Okay.
So, what was happening? I heard sounds, I heard things, so what happened?
Yeah, as you were kicking in the door, he was already dead, unfortunately. So, he goes, Bink goes, over there. And he points to the window, and the window is broken in.
So you're saying we are talking about the rookie assassin?
He motions towards the guy on the floor, and he's wearing a black cloak. He's basically a stereotypical assassin-looking guy.
And here's
Yeah,
the big
very,
bombshell. It's
very rookie assassin. Wait, if that's... Let's see if I can find something on him.
Alright, so you start searching him. I'm
Yep.
gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
The hell? Wisdom saving throws. 24.
Okay, you turn him over, and it's the gardener from the day before.
The fuck? I look at Bink and go like, are you even... I think he was mind controlled.
Well, I didn't have a chance to ask questions. And you see a knife next to his hand on the floor.
Or a pair of gardening shears.
No, it's a knife. It's actually a knife.
So I don't pick it up. I just asked the king if he has, those at those what was it? Fireplaces. They have those grabber for in the fireplace, like to place
A poker?
wood in. Yeah, just not a poker, but more like clamps. So to pick up the knife, because
Okay. Sure.
might be magical and not trusting it.
Okay. You pick up the knife with the implement that you're using. There's easy enough to get an implement like that in the palace.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but something's off. This gardener was actually passionate about his job.
The king goes, oh yes, I recognize him. He left after damaging one of my plants. Not sure what
Yeah,
happened to him.
but huh. Okay, this is actually more worrying than I suspect. The one who has the scepter is already trying to get you out of the way.
That's troubling. However, you, Bink, thank you for saving me. I suppose this deserves a commendation. And he sort of just pats him on the shoulder. And he says, if you don't mind, I would like to speak with you in private. And Bink goes, sure. And they walk out of the room.
Objection.
What?
Even
The
in
king
private, there are troubles. We can't trust anyone. I mean, we just saw what happened. The gardener even got in. Perhaps there's just a word that triggered it. We don't know that.
Fine. Do you want to escort us?
Better safe than sorry, I say. I mean, all of a sudden, Bing comes out and having no clue what happened. I mean, this supposed king was actually a bookmaker.
All right. So you can come with us, or we can do it right here in front of this corpse.
Yeah, I put the knife down and put the implement back.
He goes, okay. With the power invested in me, you are now considered my royal protector. And he puts a badge on him. And Bink goes, I appreciate that, King. And that scene happens.
Mm-hmm.
And the king goes, would have rather not done that in front of a corpse.
Situation scoff with then, well, I did say we can move out of the room because I did put down the knife and all that.
It's done. And he goes, now, unfortunately, this means that he is going to remain at my side. So, unfortunately, he can't help you with your investigation any longer.
Okay, so I have to report that to my rig to actually tell them that he can't come because he's now your royal protector.
He nods towards you. Well, unless if you had anything else.
Well, we'll send over a unit to actually investigate this, well, crime scene, so to say, to pick up evidence.
All right. Well,
So
you may
for
go.
now, yeah, go.
He nods towards you as you leave the room. And
Yeah,
I'll make
for now, this room is sectioned off, so no one can come in or without
Okay.
even knowing.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Perception. 19. That's high.
All right, you look back, and Bink has a big smile on his face. He seems pretty proud of himself. Unless if you have anything else you want to do, that's all that you see.
Kill the king. Go.
Yeah, for the king and Bink to leave the room because that's literally a crime scene right now.
Okay, they leave the room.
Ask if there's. Well, does this door have a lock?
Yeah, it's easily locked. So you
Yeah,
lock the room.
take the key with me for the team that's going to investigate the crime scene.
All right, that happens.
And then head back to the. Yeah, head back.
All right, you head back. He returns, and you guys, I assume, are still resting.
Yep. Did we get 1 or 2 short rests?
Got the
One short rest takes an hour, so I'm perhaps back in 30 minutes, I guess,
Ah.
as much.
Go away.
No,
again,
I'll say that
quickly.
it took your short rest. Because with interrogating the king and trying to find out what happened, it was a while.
Plus 10 minutes to walk back and forth.
Yeah.
Now just
Total
use the 5th
20
level
minutes.
special to send him away so I can get another short rest.
However, you arrive and they seem rested.
Yeah,
Even
go
though
to
they
the
just
night.
had a long rest, but either way, they're rested.
Yeah, I head over to the nice boss and say we need to have a crime scene investigation group team sent to the king's mansion because an assassination attempt was just happened and prevented by Bink,
Where is Bink?
who is now was just coming to a royal protector, so he can't come.
Good for the kid. I ask the nice police lady if there is any way that we can send the people up and cast dispel magic on every staff member in the palace.
She goes, that would take more resources than we have.
Well,
Unfortunately, somebody can't just cast that infinitely. It eventually tires them out. So we only have so many people who can do that.
well, our investigation room does it, so if we can get all the people down one by one, then they can just step into the investigation room, and if they still remember where the fuck they are, they can go back.
Well, we can start doing that, but that would take quite a while.
So, Rev
Maybe
just
a week.
told us that the gardener tried to assassinate our king, most likely under being puppeteered.
You don't
by
know that. I
somebody.
didn't even tell you that.
Didn't you tell her?
I just told that there was an assassination attempt, and
No.
that we need like a crime scene investigation team going there.
Yeah, well, she's going to send some people, and his objections aren't unfounded. It's not.
Yeah, I do hand the key that I have to lock door to the lead of the group that's going there.
All right, there's a few people that are headed that way. Some of the more bookworm-like guys start heading over that way.
Yeah, I give one of them the key, so telling them that this key unlocks the door towards the room that you need to be in.
All right, they nod towards you and exit the premises.
So that just happened.
She goes, so what happened?
Well, according to Bing, from what I can deduct, is that the gardener just came to the window and tried to kill the king.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, the thing is, the gardener doesn't seem to me like the type to do that, so I'm guessing was being puppeted like, well, me before.
That's odd.
And then I come with a suggestion of doing what I just said.
Okay.
I have everybody start with Bink, since he's currently closest to the king right now.
All right. I'll send word for them to start the process.
Well, I have something actually easier. Why do dispel magic when we have a very nice interrogation room that is
he
like
already
an
brought that up.
anti-magic field?
That is what I said.
Yeah, he brought that up.
Okay.
It's a good idea. It's just that he already brought that up.
Okay, I thought you just want to send like all the people that can cast dispel magic, send them over, and then just do dispel magic.
Or if you start
he brought that
complaining
up,
about
but
it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, then.
Send one by one into the
Yeah,
interrogation room, ask them a few questions, send them back. They have no idea where they are or how they got there. Slice their throats and no. Take the money.
You get very much odd looks towards you.
She goes, "That's probably not necessary, but
I start
we
smiling and
will
laughing
try
and
to.
drinking.
We'll figure out a way to help those people. But yes, we can send a messenger and start the process."
Well, in either case, I was gonna head back to the forest and maybe to the nearby villages to see if there's any sign of the scepter there.
She
Let's
nods.
go!
And
All right,
There we go.
get on the job.
Yeah. You guys can go. I need to do still a few things before I can actually leave the city. You know, mister.
We have to do stuff before we leave the city.
No, I need to do stuff before I can leave.
What stuff?
You got me in trouble, remember?
You got yourself into trouble if it's the book you're talking about. Besides, you can do that tonight.
Yeah, there's not a hard and fast time limit, but after a while they will be sending people after you to force you if you don't.
Well, let's go then.
All right, fair enough. So you guys start heading out to that same patch location.
yeah,
All right, you get about halfway there. I need you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Still with the wisdom saving throws. And
20.
nothing happens even with Milo. Oh, it's actually quite high this time.
No, it's a 17. Ben has the highest. He's a 22.
All right, so you guys are walking along. Ben's character Imperos, you don't see anything. However, and Giovanni's character doesn't see anything. But Abraxas, you see, looks like a weird dog-like creature dart out into the middle of the path, and you bring your horse to a halt, and they don't see anything, and they just keep going.
I did have a 17.
Yes,
Yeah, I tell.
you still failed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I ask him, where do you see it?
You guys just kept going.
Yeah, but as I notice you just stop, I ask, where do you see it?
I just start pointing to the middle of the road.
And then, as it notices that other people are looking at it, you point when they asked you, you looked away from it, and when you pointed at it, it was gone.
Gone, I assume.
I start reading the back of the bottle of the dragon piss.
It doesn't really say much. It says it was brewed locally. So if you're worried about supporting local breweries, you are definitely doing that.
Supporting local breweries. I probably made them fucking rich.
However, you find out that information from the back of the bottle.
Yeah, and we continue on.
I keep drinking.
All right. So you guys continue to the spot, and you make it to the spot. However, you need to make wisdom saving throws.
What do we see? What do I see this time?
All right. Yeah, you're the only one who sees it again. You see this weird looking, let's see, weird looking person that looks like a rotted and bloated corpse just sort of walk by between one tree and another tree, and then you never see it again. The other two don't see what you saw.
More scary stuff, guys.
Okay. I know enough now. If you see something, just tell us, and well, if it's in the middle of your road, of your heading, one of us will just step on the place where it is and then make it disappear. I hope.
And they doesn't seem aggravated yet. Maybe we're too far away from the place they're being made, or whatever.
All right.
Because now we're like far away from where we were yesterday, right? Yet
No, you're at the spot now.
we're at the spot now,
Yeah.
and they still haven't attacked us yet.
Not yet.
Maybe the guy moved. I don't know. Imperos, do your thing.
And I will cast locate object. Is it within a mile?
Unfortunately, there are no pings.
Okay. What other villages or towns or even other cities are near here?
There's a village relatively close by. You'll have to go 5 miles away from your city to get there.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're heading to that.
All right. You go the rest of the way. About halfway between where you were, your destination, and where you were, I need you to make another wisdom save.
All of us.
See this time. Oh, we're all
Ew.
seeing it. We're all seeing the thing now.
All right. This time, you guys witness as. Let's see. I need to read this. Okay. You see a woman start peering around from behind a tree.
A normal-looking woman.
Well, from what you see, yeah, you just see her head.
I will keep riding because it's not a ping from her, so I will ignore her.
Okay. As you start to ride by, she darts out into the middle of the road, and you notice that she has a snake-like body and 6 arms, each with a sword. And she threatens you and prevents your passage.
I will assume it's fake, so I'll command my horse to keep riding.
Okay. You command your horse to continue, and as soon as your horse gets close to the creature, it stops and refuses to keep moving.
But these things like dies from nothing, so I just shoot it with my bow.
All right, you shoot it with your bow, and
24 to hit.
need to. Yes, 24 hits.
And since he's so close, I get the sneak, or
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, so 18
that's how it works.
damage.
Ouch! You rolled lots of ones.
A bunch of ones and still a lot of damage.
That's just 18 damage.
Yeah, but still.
For a level 10, that's low, but for other characters, that's actually a lot.
Yeah, this is the first
Yeah.
such a high level character.
However, you deal that damage and it goes, and it has an arrow stuck in it.
It's still not gone.
Nowhere near.
I just start peppering arrows.
All right, we need
Seems
an initiative.
also less fake, eh?
We need an initiative order.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can delete the current order since that one was already used and all that, I think.
So I'm going to go boop, and boop, and boop.
I will just use captain, so.
Oh, you're just going to use the captain? Okay. Here and there. I'll just add a turn under X-Flow for
I can just drag it out.
That's alright.
Oh, you're using Explo as the NPC.
No, I'm using Explo as your character.
Oh.
Okay, so then I'm going to use.
And also, since a battle is starting, I'm gonna go off now.
Okay. Just a second before that, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw in their initiative, which is it is their dex of 5. All right. All right. So we're just gonna do the first round. So, Explo, which is
No, it's Imperos, isn't it?
no, it's your turn.
No, I'm 5.
Oh, what was the 19 for then?
Yeah, because the tracker didn't track my, because I didn't have anything selected. So I just rolled to get it on the table, and then I swapped to the first thing I rolled. That's how I usually do it if I fail to put it in.
Okay. Oh, I
Just
shoot
take
it
the
with
first
another
number.
arrow.
All right.
17
Roll
to
to
hit.
hit.
What? Tell me to do.
17 does not hit.
Really?
It swings with one of its swords and deflects the arrow.
Oh, great, really. So this one is real.
Well, I'm gonna use my extra movement to jump off my horse and go stealth into the woods. Or into the bushes.
All right, you run into some foliage. Roll a stealth check.
24.
All right, perfect. It is now Ravogar's turn.
Yeah, just how far away am I from it?
You are about 20 feet. And you're on a
Up.
horse.
Get off my
If
horse.
you want to remain mounted, you can. Your horse moves on your turn. So you can move the horse instead of you, if you want.
Yeah, I get off and then get close up and then bonus action shield of faith, giving me 2 more AC.
Alright, that happens.
And then I start wailing into it.
Alright. Swing away.
That's a 1, that's a 2.
2 hits.
That's a 1, that's a 2.
Okay.
Did you really just do 12, 11 damage?
Yep.
You don't have any pluses or...
It's a paladin, and they're just waiting for crits to do 1 billion damage. That's how high-level paladins work.
Alright. You deal that damage. It is now
Yep.
the enemy's turn.
And he's going more defensive than aggressive. That's why he has a shield and everything.
Are they like
Still
orcs
lower.
too? They can crit on like 19 and 18?
No.
Okay. So you have to have a nat 20 to do a lot of damages?
Yeah, because it's like
Yeah, to double your damage nearly.
48, so it's like 88 on that one hit, which you can also bonus action smite. With a 3rd level slot, you could easily get another 66. And yeah.
Alright. It gets 7 attacks.
Oh boy.
The good thing you're
Good
standing
thing I
up in his
activated
face.
Shield of Faith.
Okay, so it's gonna roll 6
What is-
sword attacks.
What is your AC?
1,
Nope.
2,
Yep.
3, 4,
Nope. Nope.
5,
Nope.
6.
Nope.
Alright.
1 hit.
1 hit.
Here is the thing that you notice when the tail or the sword hits you. It doesn't hurt.
It does no
Oh,
damage.
It doesn't
good.
deal damage.
This is bad.
The sword doesn't deal damage.
How is
And
that bad? She
the
didn't
tail.
do damage to you.
And the tail
That
also
hits.
whips and hits you. It doesn't deal damage.
Huh.
However, it is now another person's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna command my horse to move around it because it's like.
Alright, make an animal handling check.
Well, is it
Because
really an animal though?
Well, technically, isn't this your summoned steed?
Phantom steed, so it's illusionary steed. It's not like a real steed. The ones the paladins get.
Okay.
Horse-like creature.
Horse-like creature, so it is a creature. It still sees something in the way. So you're gonna need to make an animal handling check, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's like you're next to a brick wall and you're ordering it to keep going. It's not gonna just keep going.
Did I click it? There. Okay, 13.
With a 13, it's a magic creature, so it listens to you, and it goes right through.
Okay. And I'll keep going.
Alright, you just keep on going. If you guys want to exit combat, we can, and I just want to go for another 4 minutes, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I can see him just walking around and doing not anything, so I mount my horse again and just follow.
Alright, the creature attempts to attack you again. It doesn't do anything. Seems as though these creatures are very realistic looking, and as you go by, make a perception check.
All of us or one of us?
All of you can,
Perception.
because this would be helpful if you
0.
succeed.
Oh,
Nat
Okay,
thank
he
God.
got a
20.
nat 20. You see the arrows standing on the ground that he shot, even though it looked like he hit them. Hit the creature with the arrows.
So yeah, I picked them out of the ground.
The creature's still looking threatening at you, although its threateningness is a lot lower, considering that it hit you twice and didn't do anything.
Yeah, I just reach for it and stick my head straight through it and go like, "You're fake."
And it goes, and it's still trying to swing at you.
So I go like, pat,
And
pat. Oh,
If the attack would have missed, like if it would have hit your armor, it makes a realistic ting noise and it looks like it bounced off of you.
yeah, so I just reach for the face and go, pat, pat. Yes, you're very scary.
Which I'll just let you in on. All of those other things, when they were attacking you, they would do realistic things like that, and they just didn't hit you, ever. So, that's all that happened before. But this one, it hit you and did nothing.
Yeah, I just pat this one on the cheek and go like, yes, you're very scary. Then get on my horse and just go on.
Your hand
So
technically goes through the cheek, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And it keeps trying to hit you as you're going away.
Or there's no clue what the hell's going on. It's like, is this a joke?
Either way, you continue on past. And I'll say that I want to quickly get to the next town. So you're at the next town.
I cast the thing again. Do I get a thing?
Nope. Not a single one.
Jesus.
It's not in this town either, I say.
Well, we have to go town hopping. Not like they won't move or anything.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move to the next town. We'll find it eventually.
Alright, to get to the next town, you have to go back on the road that you were on, and then just a little ways, and then turn off on a different road.
Yeah, well, just go to all the nearest towns around the whole city.
Alright?
Yeah,
You
and
start.
then eventually to bigger towns.
A huge circle.
Yes.
Okay, so you start heading back, and you see somebody approaching on a horse.
Probably
Does
just
he
another
ping
illusion.
my thing?
No, he doesn't ping your thing, unfortunately.
I will continue
I
to
just
ignore.
raise a hand towards the rest and just to make us stop and then look at the person that's approaching us.
All right. It
What?
is a messenger, and he says, "You're needed back at the town. Something's happening.
Yeah, sure.
What's happening
There's been an attack
again?
again."
I
Uh,
ride forward and try to touch the dude in his face.
You just sort of on his face.
So he
And he
is
goes,
real.
What are you doing?
We have encountered a lot of fake things.
Oh, you mean that weird snake thing? Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're just checking everyone we find to see if they're fake or real, basically.
Okay.
Who's been attacked?
He just did weird. He just does it in a weird way.
He goes, that's fine. But you need to head back. And as he's about to turn around, you see someone else riding this way on a horse.
Do they beep of the?
No, they don't ping. And you see the king and Bink riding this way.
Really?
What the...
Hell.
Is it
And
illusion magic?
they don't stop. They just keep going.
Okay.
They don't just pass us?
They threw us?
They don't go past you. They ride down the opposite way that you were going to the other town on.
Do we need to catch up towards them, or did they just pass
The guy
by?
says, I was just meant to deliver this letter. I don't know.
Give me a moment. I'm going up to the king, cause now I'm confused as hell.
I will
Alright,
follow the
and
card while casting detect magic to see if it's illusion.
okay, you cast. I'll say that this is the last thing. You cast detect magic, and they're not an illusion.
Okay, sure.
So that is the end of that one, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm confused as hell.